this season started. We are back here for Red Bull Hardline. That was insane! That is astronomical! That was unbelievable! And he goes fastest! Look at the time! Hello everyone, I'm Rob and this is Elliot Jackson, and we are deep down under in Australia, where sadly there is no good news. Red Bull Hardline Tasmania, the third ever edition, has sadly been cancelled. Elliot, what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, that's all it's down to. I think this track at Red Bull Hardline is so finely tuned that you need everything to kind of do its part, play its part. We're going to hear from a couple of people about just what went down, right, Rob?
Absolutely. Let's firstly then go to Caroline Buchanan, who's going to tell us with the weather.
Well, despite the sun being out now, we've had rain on and off all morning, and the event has unfortunately been cancelled due to the weather and with the safety of the riders at the forefront of Red Bull Hardline Tasmania. The seeding results from yesterday have determined today's winners. So the race was extremely close yesterday. We've had tight battles, extremely competitive podiums here today, and the sun is out, but that's the reality of racing outdoors, and the show did go on.
Well, absolutely as well. You know, you can see the riders there. We've just been up on the track. It's like peanut butter. It's incredibly slippery. And ultimately, though, Elliot, you know, this isn't a usual downhill. This is an incredibly high consequence race, right? And it's perfect. It has to be. The riders' safety has to be put first.
Yeah, and I mean, I think this track is really interesting too, because it's been getting more and more difficult as the years have gone on. Top of the track, it is really sandy, but you have a bunch of, you know, big rocks, big roots and stuff like that. And as you move downward on the mountain, it gets to this clay base. And I think everyone that is a mountain biker that has ridden on clay, it is either slippery and shiny when it's hard packed, or it becomes peanut butter, which means that you don't have the speed for these massive features.
No, and that is a chance that we absolutely can't take. Here's Caroline Buchanan with the Global Sports Director, Dan Atherton.
Yeah, so Dan, not the conditions that we wanted here today. You're the founder of this event. Talk us through exactly how far this event has come and just how the conditions have changed today and what the decision was to cancel this event.
Yeah, look, Red Bull Hardline's been going for 12 years now, and every year it's about progression, you know. We built this course to be on the absolute edge of what's possible on a mountain bike. And so, you know, the jumps are massive. You're pushing the limit on everything. So as soon as you get something like rain, it just throws everything off, you know. And I think for us, the race is about progressing, it's pushing the sport forward, and to run an event that's not at the absolute top is just kind of not what it's about. So yeah, a really, really tough decision here, but the right decision.
And on a good note, there was an incredible week. What was the highlight for you?
Honestly, the highlight this week was the girls, you know. Riders like Michaela coming from World Cup and just pushing their limits so hard. You know, the guys here at Hardline are probably riding at like 70%. You know, they can hit everything first lap, their calculations are good. But the girls, you know, you can see them with this mental battle all week, and they really help each other, they push each other. So I think moving forward, you know, I think it's going to be exciting to see what they can do.
I mean, it's an exciting time ahead. We've now got the countdown through to Wales. Rob and Eliot, I'm going to throw it back to you guys.
Well, thank you, Caroline. And, you know, Elliot, there's no arguing with that. Everything, absolutely everything at a Red Bull Hardline is on the limit. There's no room for moisture, for rain. Forget it.
Well, I think I've been to a lot of races in my life. You've been to a lot of races. We talked to a lot of athletes today, and there is not one athlete that thinks that today was the wrong decision. You know, every single athlete is saying there's no way that we can ride this stuff. There's no way that we can get the speed. There's no way. It's too dangerous. So I think that it's not just something that had come too lightly, and I think it really shows, like exactly what you said, how much we are on the limit here at Red Bull Hardline.
That's right. There's no options at all. We did actually also have, by far, I would say, the greatest entry list we've ever had for a Red Bull Hardline. Here's Caroline Buchanan with one of the sport's greats.
Congratulations, Aaron Gwin, 5th place. And for a Red Bull rookie, tell me about that experience of being here at your first Red Bull Hardline Tasmania.
It was quite the experience for sure. I would say once-in-a-lifetime experience. I've never been able to ride a track like this. Never ridden jumps that big. I don't know if I've ever even ridden my bike that fast, let alone into a jump. So it's definitely, like I said, something I'll never forget pretty much. It was really fun from day one all the way through practice. Kind of working down from day one, like jumping each jump as a group with all the other riders, and like it was just totally different than I think what I'm used to with World Cups and the vibe and everything. So it was a lot of nervous days for sure. Like I haven't been that scared, you know, like to ride my bike in a long time. But I think the feeling of being able to check off all the features and get the track down and eventually feel like we were ready to race it was something I'm really proud of and something that was super fun.
And the reality of downhill, you know best in your longevity career. The decision was made for the rider's safety and perspective. Can you talk us through just the risk reward and how big this course is and the reality of hardline?
For sure, yeah. I think when we got here, you always know, like everybody says, like, oh, in person it's way bigger. And I've seen the videos and everything looks big on video, but it really doesn't do it justice. You know, when you get here and you stand on the takeoff of these jumps, or you stand back like 100 feet from the jump and it looks like you're just looking at a wall that goes to the sky. And so it really is like, they don't call it hardline for no reason. Like the track is unrelenting. Like there's a 20 or 30 foot drop literally 10 feet out of the start gate and it doesn't let off all the way down. So obviously a bummer to not be able to race today, but I think one thing I've been so impressed by this week is this is a really dangerous track, right? Like I would say the track isn't dangerous, but the consequences if you mess it up are really high. And I think Red Bull has done such a good job from start to finish to try to care for the athletes to get everybody through as safely as you possibly can. And I think today was just another reflection of that. Like we rode this morning, the track started going away pretty quick when it started raining. We've got even more rain now, and it just gets to the point where it's the athlete safety, like things can really go bad. And I don't know, I kind of like tip my hat to Red Bull. They kind of made the call. They didn't even give it to us as like, oh, make an athlete vote. And I know what most of the riders were hoping for. And they were like, hey, athlete safety is #1 over everything, and we want to care for you guys. So it's just not worth the risk. And then literally 10 minutes later, it started kind of dumping down rain again. So bummer to not race today, but really happy that everybody's kind of getting out of here in one piece. And it's been a really good, fun, safe weekend for the most part. So stoked, yeah. And it was good. Ended up 5th.
Congratulations, and we hope to see you at Red Bull Hardline Wales. Back to you guys.
Well, I, for one, have absolutely loved seeing Aaron Gwin on trick here. One of the World Cup great. So it's been amazing, right? It really has. But, you know, he's absolutely right, isn't he, what he's saying there? There's no way we can run it like this. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was such a treat. We had a ton of good riding and so many kind of firsts. You have, like you said, an Aaron Gwin there. I really hope he goes to Red Bull Hardline Wales. That would be Sam Hill's been on track.
Amazing,
yeah.
Amazing. But yeah, you're right. I mean, and like he was saying, he got 5th. And so what that means is in the rule book, in the UCI rule book, you do take seeding, the seeding results. So we had a seeding run yesterday. Yeah. It's always a little bit difficult to kind of assess who is really pushing it. Talked to Oli Clark. He said, you know, I have so much more in the tank. Even Aaron, talking to him, he said there's a couple mistakes there. Asa really felt like he was a little bit a league of his own. But,
I think so.
But I think we did get a race, so that was it's really positive.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is that race. This is what happened in seeding.
This afternoon. So we won't be seeing Michaela or Jess up on the track, but we're going to get a word from them to find out exactly why, what, when, and how. Hi, Michaela. How are you? So what's the story?
Wait, sorry, I totally...
Right, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. You're on the start list, when you're here in the pits. Talk us through the decision, as we've got 1 minute till Sascha is on course. Talk us through the decision from your perspective of why you won't be on the start line this afternoon.
So I've had like the second week and I'm really happy with... I'm new here, so this is my first year and it's been such an insane week. Like Red Bull like looked after us so much and I felt so cared for. I had one jump left to do this morning, which is the last one, but it just got too windy and I didn't feel comfortable to jump it. And the creek gap I've only done with the toe, so I've made this decision that I'm not going to race today. I just don't feel quite ready to jump the creek on my own.
Go, Sascha!
Hello everyone, hello Maydena Bike Park. Let's get this Red Bull Hardline Tasmania underway then the seeding session. Sascha Kim from Melbourne on track tackling this new top section this afternoon. My name's Rob Warner, I'm alongside Jess Blewett and Elliot Jackson of course, and I think we're in for quite the ride over the next couple of days, Elliot.
Yeah, this track, I think every single rider that I've talked to has just talked about how much faster it is, how much rougher and gnarlier it is. Jess, you've been up there all week. How is it?
Yeah, honestly, this track is insane. It's terrifying, scary, you name it, but it all works so well, and I'm really excited to see everyone put down these runs.
And great to see Sascha Kim here then, over from Melbourne. Has actually got a house here as well in Maydena, and a man studying business, although I think he's going to be flying first class here today. There he is over that difficult rock there, lands deep there. And now plummeting off this 13 metres vertical into this 14-metre gap over the log. One of the most difficult parts of the track coming up now. He's going to turn left and head towards the Wombat Gap. Not for the faint-hearted, Elliot.
No, I mean, even that high line is so difficult. It goes to the right of that rock, what we call the Wombat Gap. It's kind of this diving board rock where you have to have such precision, compress the suspension in the perfect place, and then you want to take this right-hander to get as much speed as possible. Because this is one of the fastest parts of the track, right, Jess?
Yeah, this part of the track is, you can't explain how fast you're going. You're in this tunnel vision and everything's coming at you so fast, and then the end of this section you hit a 60-foot gap and then into it again.
Yeah, no problem.
And there it is, 20 metres across there. Sascha Kim making light work of it then. The giant rider, Luke Meier-Smith as well. His teammate going to be in action a bit later on as well. But good to see Sascha Kim here making sense of it.
Yeah, and Sascha, I mean, he's an enduro racer. Actually won a World Cup Enduro as a junior and qualified for the Junior Downhill World Cup, which I think is super impressive. Didn't have a whole lot of time on his downhill bike before this race, but has just been ticking everything off this week. Looks super smooth. Yeah,
riding brilliantly all week just to get through a week here. Your first week at a hardline is impressive. A lot of riders are going to be skimming those whoops as he comes into the stall wall, lands deep into the turn off there.
And you can see his back wheel just kind of breaking traction a little bit. It's really difficult to get traction here braking. Braking is one of the things I think that we're going to be looking for all the riders, is controlling that, stopping in some of these more technical bits after these fast sections.
And coming now into the turn with the Australian line on it. Bouncing through there for Sascha Kim. And from here on down, Jess.
Here we go.
It's all brakes is in. Just hang on for dear life. What's this feel like?
I've never been so fast on my bike in my life. It's an insane feeling. It's so sick. And yeah, you're like nearly there. Nearly at the finish line.
It looks huge. I mean, what does it feel like hitting a jump at like 80K an hour?
You don't really feel it.
Coming down towards the big finish line jump now. One of the bigger jumps on the track. Certainly one of the steeper takes off on it. Then Sascha Kim, top to bottom of Red Bull Hardline Tasmania. Waiting for the clock to stop, but looking like a good ringer. Great run then for the Australian.
I think that's exactly what you want from a seeding run, is get your top to bottom down, get some confidence in. Here we see that top section much tighter than what we had in the previous year.
This section is key, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What makes it so key? Like, why are you able to make up so much time there?
This part feels like a bit of a World Cup track. It sets out the real race. Go fast,
yeah.
Off camber, techie routes, yeah, flat out.
Yeah. I feel like that jump right there is one of the most intimidating. You just see this massive log straight at you.
You feel like you're going too fast or too slow. And then the log's just there.
Oh,
Steves.
incredible, 23 metres off that shark fin to the sweet spot there as well. So it's massive top to bottom, this one. And a great run from Sascha Kim. Back to the top then for Kerr to Sloan. The man actually coming from Brisbane, I think this bloke comes from the best place in the world for racing this track. He comes from the Gap in Brisbane. Can you believe that?
What is the Gap?
The Gap in Brisbane.
He's just used to doing gaps. he was born for it.
He's made for it. And into this new top section, you can see just how loose it is, how difficult it is. Very easy to make time, and I would say very easy to lose time, right, Jess?
Yeah.
You can almost see him leaning into the off camber. Like, that is what makes it so difficult, is as soon as you kind of try to touch the brakes, you lose traction. But doing a good job of trying to shave as much distance as he can off the racetrack.
Just 19 years old and made the elite finals actually in Andorra, the World Cup there this year. Sascha Kim's 104. First split coming up for him then. Aggressive through the shroud turn.
Yeah, and we've had a couple little changes. Even that part right there is shifted on the outside of a tree. Just kind of slowed it down, just made it a little bit more technical than we've had every year.
And he's up by 7.1. What a top section, man. How do you find 7 seconds up there? That's huge.
I mean, that was what Jess was saying. That is the make or break part of the racetrack, I think.
And that, yeah, we thought that, you know, this new tech might stir things up. I don't think I'd see time gaps like that, but there it is. 7 up for the one-back gap, and he goes for it, and Sloan sends it. And that second gap as well. Super impressive there. And now he's going to want to keep off those brakes into this right-hander. And off all the way down in. No brakes, right, Jess? So where do you actually have to brake? Right at the end of this straight after that big double?
So originally I was told no brakes down here, but we were definitely braking.
But the reality is slightly different.
Yeah.
It seems like it's gotten, like the first year you didn't have to brake. Last year it was like maybe a little bit, and I feel like everyone has been like, okay, there's no way now. It's just so much harder pack. We'll see on that Mophie speed trap. Kind of think about that top split as the really technical bit. The middle part is really that
carrying speed.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. That's the perfect way to put it.
Taking out another 3 seconds out of Sascha in sector 2 then. So, and quickest through the key section now, 7.76 then. So Sloan quicker everywhere so far on this track. Is he going to skim these whoops?
And all 3 of these 4 of these Australian riders were thinking that they were going to have to fight for a spot. I'm not really sure where the outcome of that was, but I think they were ready for it. I saw them studying tape down in the riders area, so I think that this run from Carter is that run that he was hoping to do.
It's been absolutely immaculate what we've seen of it. Off the huge road gap, 17 seconds up now then. It's a massive run here, 23 metres to the sweet spot off that shark fin, and all he can do now is make himself as small as he can and go as quick as he can. But this enormous 80-foot creek gap, safely over that as well. What was it like to hit that today, Jess?
That was such a good feeling.
Coming down then, last shark fin, can't really afford to tag that, need to be super clean to get this big finish line Buddha. It's a great run from Carter Sloan. He goes fastest. 3:22.47 is now the time to beat.
So good.
And you can see the riders, they actually have to judge speed on the fly. Right as the camera panned past that last jump, you saw the wind flag pointing straight at them. So that's so much you're judging. How much do I need to tuck? How much do I need to pull up? Because the wind can change at any moment. And because the jumps are so big, it makes a massive difference.
I think this bottom jump's been causing problems, I heard, even last year, so.
Yeah. And that gap, I mean, it looks small on the TV screen, but it's huge. And you have, like, you're landing on this off camber, you have to hop again. Carney looking really good.
Yeah.
And here's that flag right there.
Yeah. straight headwind.
Not what you want, right?
No.
Yes, boy. Yeah, boy. Yes, sir. Back to the top then, Hudson Traling now about to drop in for his bid for placing at tomorrow's finals. And of course, his start been moved down now. It's straight out the gate and straight into that 30-foot drop there. No small feet straight out the start hut.
Yeah, they ended up moving the start just a couple of meters right before that first drop. You know, maybe a half a pedal or something like that into it.
It's like Rampage, straight in.
Yeah,
I mean, that's all you. You've been a Red Bull formation in the past.
It's about 2 cranks if you get it perfect,
Okay.
and then you're straight off.
Starting to see a lot of the track looking like it's blowing out, powdery. Is that how it's been, Jess? Is it starting to break up?
Yeah, definitely a few of these corners. I mean, this rock garden is insane. Some of those real pointy rocks are starting to throw you off and catch your wheels, so it's quite important to be really precise through that section.
There's a line right there.
Yeah, that's that new section, right? I think where Jackson crashed earlier today, I believe.
That's right. Yeah, it's so easy to get pushed low there.
2.6 off then, into the red for Traling. Plenty of track left though to pull that back.
Yeah, when we saw Carter, like one of the things I'm kind of like looking at is just how much the riders are kind of steering with their back end because, like you were saying, Rob, that it's so blown out. There's not really much that will.
Whoa!
You have to do it, but good grief.
It is about 20 feet. What's that in meters?
I don't know, 8? Okay.
About 7 meters
That's
across that
you.
gap. It is
Oh,
absolutely
easy.
massive. Yeah, Traling pedaling in the air. Looking like he wants a bit more pace down this, through the fernery on this highway. The riders are good, the drone pilots might be even better.
Well, he's outrunning him now.
Don't say that. Apparently, that's not true. They can easily do
Okay.
that. Yeah, I got in trouble for that one.
The drone pilot came to you and was like, let me tell you.
There was a discussion afterwards of last year's event, yeah. It was awkward.
I feel like, especially down here, and like you were saying, Rob, before, that was just steering with the back end. So you're seeing the riders kind of having to place it where they want to because there's not really much to hold you. If you try to dive into a lot of this dust, both tires will end up going out. Looks like we might have had a little problems looking
He
down.
looked down at the top.
Yeah, he looked like he stood up and coming to a stop then. Oh, second quickest
that a
through that
chain?
key section as well.
You know, this is interesting because typically on a downhill race, you wouldn't ever do this. I mean, I know it's seeding, but because you have these massive jumps, you don't want to be coming off with your chain in any sort of way.
No, very sensible to stop and check that everything as it is as it should be. Oh, big jump off the scrub ball there, landing deep into that berm. And this, of course, where Rónán Dunne crashed out last year. Just unbalanced the bike under braking through there. There's Rónán's rock with a pad on it. 3.2 back at split 2, so losing a bit more time in sector 2. It's a big sector 3 though.
It is, yeah. I think just looking at the times from last year, you wouldn't imagine that there would be so much time to be made up after you go off that big road gap. But so much movement. I was kind of comparing Troy to Asa, to Jackson, and there was so much movement down here. So I think the riders really have to be conscious of the race is not over even after you get out of the technical stuff.
That's right. And of course, riders super tired at the end of this run as well. Don't want to be underestimating this last sequence of jumps, that's for sure. Sloan's 322 is completely safe. Traling comes across the line in a very respectable 3:44.5.
Nice.
Here we go, chain came off.
Didn't see that much. When's the last time your chain came off?
To be fair, it did actually come off.
Oh,
This
wow.
jump is actually such a nice
that was
feeling.
Sick, yeah. You can see him just like, you have to kind of squat up, push down right there, extend your legs right into that compression to get that gap. And then that was the chain come off. But he'll be in for finals. So good for him to get a full run and fast run, as he'll be kind of the first really run with pace, I guess, all week for the riders.
It's certainly the most high-pressure run so far, isn't it, with a clock on it? That's right. We go now. Go back to the top then for Will Hynes, also from the gap in Brisbane, and actually taken out here last year in seeding in this run at the Wombat Gap. So it'll be interesting to see if he decides to tackle it or not today. Aggressive on this top section, no, holds it high on that camber.
Yeah, there's a big hole right as you come out of view there, and you kind of have to decide. You can see Will staying high of that little hole that we saw a couple people drop into.
Interesting, actually. A lot of riders standing there now trying to go low there. Probably safer.
Yeah.
But the shorter the track, the faster you are. Some big rocks on the landing off that one.
Oh, big inside.
Really good, yeah. Sam Hill inside. He's coming up a bit later on today as well.
And I think it's interesting. I'm just like kind of watching Will's bike. You know, the riders have really been trying to figure out how do you handle the roughness that this track has and get traction while still handling, you know, a 22, 23 meter jump.
Yeah.
Kind of look at like Will's front end. Is it pretty soft so for his hands, but back end is a little bit stiffer.
And interesting, you know, talking to some of the teams here with the RockShox flight attendant.
Yeah.
They got some settings on there. They can stiffen the suspension up. Rónán actually telling me that his bike is as solid as he can make it for this last straight. And that's got to be some time, right?
It's got to be.
Luca has it as well, Luca Shaw.
Right.
Troy has it as well.
Well, Troy...
Oh, he does the gap clean today. Look at that. Amazing. Sorry, Jess.
I was just going to say, Troy was actually talking this morning about trying the flight attendant, locking it out.
Was he? Yeah. Pretty brave to, I think, to hit a big jump with a suspension locked out. No, thank you. 4.3 back then, losing another 1.6 in sector 2.
And you see a couple of the riders pedaling. It's one of the things you do is shift in the air. So when you see a rider pedal, sometimes it's for what kind of sneeze, the feeling of going fast, but then other times there's a bit of emotion for it.
I just destroyed the commentary booth, if you wonder why it's got silent out there. Sorry.
Will looking really good through here. I feel like Will's starting to feel more and more comfortable as the track kind of goes on. That section actually is one of the main sections that we've seen in years past, only 0.3 off fastest time in that key section. But that right-hander is really slippery coming off of the off-camber, so you go left and then right. And we've seen all kind of different lines there. It's much more hard-packed this year, though.
I want to see who goes first on the pull on the whoops.
Oh, my.
Yeah, it's huge.
Is
Is it 18 metres across? That's what I was told.
It's
it's the most ridiculous thing I could ever think of. Crazy. On the inside to the back, kicking a little bit, sliding a little bit there. 20 metres across the road gap, no problem at all. And then it's like hyperdrive.
Yeah.
So fast, stood there watching him hit that big berm afterwards. But you've actually experienced it.
I know, that's just that's how I'm thinking. Like Jess has been doing this whole thing.
7.2 off then at the last split. On track.
You can see, I mean, what you're trying to do is just land at the very top of all of these landings.
Oh!
Big difference, but
Lovely.
Will Hynes beautifully over that finish line jump, and look at that. Huge margins on this track so far today. 7.4 into the red, season goes second.
we're looking at that. Everyone trying
I wonder
to
if that was intentional.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like everyone's trying to like adjust in as far as they can, not hitting a lot of the berms. It does seem like the berms here go out and it gets really dusty, and you kind of like, if you try to use them, it ends up slowing you down.
There's definitely big holes in the points where you want to be hitting the corners, and I mean, there's a particular section where the rear end just feels like it's washing, and then you've got to pull for the fast section.
Yeah.
Well, a new team for this man then, starting his elite World Cup season, his elite racing season this year. Oli Clark from New Zealand, about to drop in here on the Mondraker. Teammates with Rónán Dunne now. And a man, I think, that could do huge things here, right?
I think he could do some damage.
Yeah, one of the big dark horses, I would say, outside of the big three of Rónán Dunne, Asa Vermette and Jackson Goldstone. But here he is in that top section and looking buttery through it so far.
You can just see how straight he's trying to go through that, and it's really difficult to do that because it's kind of like you're on, the whole track is only maybe 10 inches wide, and so to go straight, you're using every single inch of that.
And we know how much pace he's got, or we've had a taste of it at Hardline Wales last year. Out of everyone, he had the fastest top split of the day before crashing out, I hasten to add. But yeah, we know the speed's there.
Yeah, and you can see Oli, he's just trying to get this full run in, cruising a little bit, making sure that he knows what a full run feels like.
That's right, and winning a Junior World Cup in 2025, which is no easy feat. Finds himself into the red, less than a second though, so definitely doable for Oli Clark to pull that back. Up and over the log. Looks about inch perfect there.
Yeah, Oli looks really, really strong. You can always tell when a rider has more speed to add.
Yes,
Just,
absolutely.
You know, you don't see that much roost coming off of the tires. Everything's really precise.
How difficult is that right-hander, Jess, at the start of this big straightaway? We talk about it a lot, but it's pretty crucial to... Did you hit it no brakes?
No brakes, but definitely a crucial corner. It's if you feel the back end drift out, you're pulling for that next gap. And
you really lose that much pace, do you?
Yeah.
Because at the beginning of the week, you're like trying so hard to not
really
touch the brake. Yeah, exactly.
It. Yeah.
1.4 back at split 2. Excuse me, Eliot.
And it gets so hard to not lose traction, right? Exactly what you're talking about, like where you want to push in is the worst part of the turn.
On this long camber now. Just there is actually where Brook MacDonald went down hard in one of his last practice runs this morning. I might be surprised if he starts this afternoon, looking pretty sore. Second through the key section. Pretty close, 0.2 off. Into the whoops now.
Yeah, and Oli just looking so smooth. I mean, his bike looks really good. He looks really comfortable.
He's looking like he's got more.
Yeah, definitely.
To me.
Definitely.
That's right. Well, if you're only going to risk it on one run, tomorrow's the day. And looking fast through those turns, that section of track there where Asa Vermette was just so phenomenal a year ago.
Jess, is it hard to remember those turns? I feel like I still don't know which one is which.
Yeah, I think I had this problem yesterday. It's like you're coming into this section and you're like, ooh, I forgot about that. Or surprise, 60-foot gap in front of you.
Yeah, sure. You're just going so fast, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Oh!
Good grief.
All good.
He is feeling it.
Hold on for another fight, another day. Sloan with that 3:22.47. Fastest time so far. Ooh, big whip over the finish for Oli Clark. Here he comes. Second place for him. Just over a second into the red. Good enough.
Looks like it feels so good to just come that lip, which is so perfect, whip it out, sets you up for that next section. I like all the bucket hats in the crowd.
You are a big bucket.
I like a bucket hat.
Yeah, I noticed you wearing one of them.
Yeah.
You wear one quite a lot.
I
You
know,
look good in a bucket hat.
Thank you. Yeah, I did bring one this time. I would have, okay, well, damn.
That's your loss. That's on you. Now you're not going to look as good as you could all weekend.
Not going to look as good as Oli Clark going over that great gap. Good grief.
Well, a man who might define the free racer term, Kaos Seagrave, gave up World Cup racing a few years ago now. Working on videos, working on being rad on his bike, I would say.
Yeah, I heard he's single speed, but still has the derailleur. Just no cable, no need.
Actually, these single-speed boys were having a little bit of a freak out when the start got moved. It was like, can can we move it back?
Yeah, right.
Gearing's a little large.
Yeah.
Is that what it was? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Although not much pedaling once you get into her, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, there really isn't on this track.
Man who's born in Croydon in deepest, darkest London, moved to France with Tania's sister, of course. And there they hone their skills to become the World Cup racers that they are now, back in North Wales. And Kaos Seagrave absolutely loves the riding up there. Sloan's time, 57.28.
Kaos just so skilled. Like,
He is deft, isn't he? He's got incredible touch on the bike.
it is. It's pretty amazing. I mean, he can do something like this. He raced World Cups for years. Look at that. Off of the downhill drop,
Yeah.
seizing it out.
Yeah, he's super cool on the bike. On those Orbea bikes now. Holds that high line there, right into that berm. We'll give him the speed if he wanted it for the one-back gap. Goes to the side of it. It's a pretty narrow gap to the side of it as well, actually.
Yeah,
Not
I mean,
that mint.
there's kind of three options. You can either go through that little narrow, it's maybe a couple inches wider than your pedals on both sides, which is really sketchy, and you get a kick. You can try to roll the wombat gap, but as soon as you start to get up some speed, that becomes a problem, or you can jump it, which is also terrifying.
Yeah, there's no nice way through it, but that's why it's called Red Bull Hardline, I suppose.
Yeah.
So Seagrave pumping a bit down here through the Morphe speed traps. Can't be right. He was going faster than 27 kilometers an hour, I know.
And this, I think I was talking to a couple of the riders. I think at the bottom here, I was talking about how much the speed varies. So you come off that big, long fernery there, and then you have to really get anchored on the brakes. You have an off-camber like this, you really have to get anchored on the brakes. I think it's a lot more physical than you would imagine.
There's a lot of change in pace.
Yeah.
Fast,
Right.
slow, fast, slow.
Does that mess with your arms or your hands get tired?
I know some people were struggling with arm pump this week.
But not you.
Not me.
That was good.
Not going fast enough, maybe.
So losing a bit of time all the way down. Kaos not looking too stressed about it today, though. There's a new line opened up there, actually leading into these couple of turns.
I wonder who we'll see do it. I wonder. That'll be. I want to. I'm loving these little, like, you know, the lines here that come out in finals.
Yeah.
I'm loving them.
Yeah, I heard that one had been taped off, so we'll keep an eye on it as the afternoon goes on. Apparently, it will be done, though. Oh, massive there in the creek gap. No problem for Kaos, landed perfectly on there. Sloan's time already gone by 8 seconds to give you some indication of how fast he was going down here. Last jump for Kaos, whips it out.
Amazing.
Crosses the line, goes into 5th place. And look at the style pull off there, 13 meters down to the landing, into that big berm, over that log, so intense. But a good run by Kaos Seagrave. What's it like braking up there? Is there plenty of grip? It looks difficult on a lot of spots. Like you start sliding, your bike starts going the wrong way.
There's a couple sections that come at you quite quick and you're slamming on the brakes.
Well, here's Brook MacDonald. As I said, he had a massive crash just before this in his last practice run. He will ride out of the gate now so that he's able to start tomorrow, but he will not compete a full run here. There it is, it's done. And that gives him some options.
Big run, that one.
I think he's got the winning time of the day.
That's the hardest run he's ever done. Yeah. Never seen anything like it.
He's absolutely hobbling around in the finish area down there.
Yeah.
Really sore. Let's be honest. If he's not dropping in, it must be bad.
It must be very bad.
Yeah. Like, here we go then. Top 5 at the moment. Sloan from Oli Clark. Will Hynes there in 3rd. Sascha Kim in 4th. And Kaos Seagrave 18 seconds off. 5th place at the moment. .19 riders to go. preceding day. Red Bull Hardline Tasmania, Maydena Bike Park. 19 riders left to drop. The big day, of course, is tomorrow. And I don't think on a track like this today, until we get to the last few, I don't think we're really going to see that many riders push. So far, most of them have been fairly sensible. Would you agree, Elliot?
I agree. I mean, I think that there's definitely a case to be made. Matteo Iniguez, one of the riders that has that single speed setup. I feel like Matteo is just, he gets more skeevy every time you see him clothes get a little bit bigger. I mean, one of the gnarliest dudes you'll ever see on a bike, for sure.
And becoming a bit of a hardline specialist.
Yeah.
4th here last year. He's had a 5th at hardline Wales. Excuse me, he was 4th here in the first year we came in, 16th last year, but a 5th here hardline Wales as well on that gnarly track there, showing us that he's leveled up to these courses.
Yeah, I mean, I think people forget how amazingly fast Matteo is and was at the World Cups. I mean, plenty of top 20s, even just a couple of years ago.
I mean, him and Edgar were doing their hardline practice runs at Skyline, and
Yeah.
they were on a heater.
I think that is one of the funnest things for a rider like Matteo is, you know, he has fun, he does so many video projects and things like that, but I think a race like this allows him to like get back to his roots of going as fast as he can on a bike.
2.5 off at split 1, beautiful. Turn down over the big log. And actually now living with Edgar Briole in Evian, hanging out with Vinny T, goes through the gap there. As we see the clothing get ever tighter and faster at World Cup racing, is he going to get over the last jumps? He's built like a kite.
He needs a tailwind.
He's going to, if there's a tailwind, he's going to have a massive advantage. 4.4 off now. He's like a sail.
Oh, that's so funny.
You didn't get the memo about the Lycra.
We did a podcast with Dan Bigham on the Red Bull Just Ride podcast, and we were talking about how like road, even the socks, they're like, don't have a lip on your socks.
Yeah.
And then you see Matteo.
Oh, he goes down, just loses the front, slides out. Looks to be up, yep. Well, no surprises there on this surface. The track breaking up more and more. Bit of rain early in the week. Definitely helped, I would say, keep it together, but there's not much you can do, Jess, is there? Once the front starts pushing,
It's gone.
it's
yeah.
over.
Yeah.
See ya.
And good to see Matteo back up. What's behind that tree, Jess? What does that turn look like?
I'm actually trying to remember myself. All I know is that section, is kind of what we were saying, is blowing out more and more every run. And yeah, we've seen it there. Just lost the front and kind of have to just go with that.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Like, there's so many switchbacks, and you want to try to straighten them out as much as you can. But
I think also the setup, like we're setting these bikes up firmer for specific parts of the track, so they're not necessarily the best for technical corners, massive holes as we see in that corner.
right. Yeah, you like give up so much traction.
On the insides then for Matteo Iniguez. 32 into the red after that little get off up there. He hasn't even tucked his shirt into this last straight. I'm shocked.
He got the white shirt dirty though.
Yeah, he did. So, tuck in. All you can do down here, generate as much speed as you can. Last year, I think the quickest speed we saw was around 82. Riders this year saying they're getting towards 90 kilometers an hour. That's mad.
That's crazy. I mean, you could just hear the bike.
Yeah, sounds like a jet coming by.
Yeah, there we go, making the smart decision.
Going around it, yeah. So 7th then across the line, 35 into the red after that crash for Iniguez. Do you think he had a look at the windsock then, or?
He tagged the.
Oh, he tagged it.
The little shark fin.
And if you do
Smallest,
that,
yeah.
it's like really not a good idea.
No.
Let's see what happened to him here. Oh, you can see he just kind of got popped out maybe a little bit more than he was hoping for. Couldn't get his wheels back on the ground before going into that right-hander. But good racing back up, that is one place where you're happy that it's nice and soft.
Well, we got an Australian legend in the start hut now, one of the greatest downhill racers, one of the greatest mountain bikers there has ever been. 8 times a world champion, 3 elite downhill, 3 Enduro World Series, 2 times a junior downhill world champion. Sam Hill is back, everybody. And I'm so enjoying watching him ride this track all week. He's been taking his time, not riding a lot of the sessions, a man who knows exactly what he needs to do and when he needs to do it. But yeah, brilliant to see him. 40 years old and absolutely sending it top to bottom here all week long.
I love that you just did all of that off memory. You weren't looking at the notes or anything. That's crazy.
I've been commentating on Sam a long time. And Bridget would never forgive me if I got those stats wrong. I'd be in big trouble down there. So we've got to get it right. But isn't he incredible, huh?
He is. I talked to him and he was like, you know what? I get excited about this race. I get super stoked, and the closer it gets, I'm like, what? I signed up for what?
I know. And that's almost one of the biggest things to me is why? You got 8 elite, you got 8 world titles, world champion, man. You don't need to be doing this.
He can't stay away. Look at him. He's just so. He's got it in his bones.
That's right. And actually, his bones made me laugh in his Instagram post. He said, packing the anti-inflammatories, here we go again, off the Red Bull Hardline Tasmania. There's an inside line here. I don't think he's going to dive down to it. Stays high. He was talking about it yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it was Earth, maybe 3 or 4 was playing in the cafe downstairs, and saw Sam riding. He just has this amazing style, finds grip where no one else can, and you know, pioneers so many of these little inside lines and stuff like that.
That's right. Changed the sport of downhill really with those insides. And then I believe it was exactly the same in the Enduro World Series. Someone saying there's never been a rider that can process blind stages like Sam and take those insides off the cusp.
Right.
Oh, big over the 60-footer.
I mean, there you go. That was the, there's an inside right there.
Yeah. He'll make this track as short as he can. Nearly 10 back for Sam Hill. I don't even know it's about the time here today, though. Into the key section now. Is that camber? It's been made more difficult this year. They lowered the stakes, but is it no brakes? Is it just you've got to try and stay off the brakes across it?
Yeah, no brakes, and there's like a little bank that's, I guess, formulated over the week. And the first day it was nothing, so actually I think it's a bit easier now that the bank's formed.
Yeah, you can get in there.
I say easy, it's still hard.
No scrub from Sam there. A few different lines through these rocks as well.
Yeah, he ended up going, there's one rock and tree that is super tight right at the end of that rock garden. You have to thread the needle through. I think Sam went right to the right of it, but it's so tight and it's so fast through there.
Plummeting off the road gap, 23 metres off the shark fin as well. How is that shark fin? You do see like the bikes take off on the angle and you can see the back end of them kind of dropping sometimes. That can't be a good feeling. It's not.
Jess is like, I'm happy to be in the booth.
It's all right. We know you're not racing. We can talk openly about it.
Give us your thoughts.
No, I'd say it's actually not too bad.
Go on, Sam. He only jumped that, I think, for the first time this morning. Safely down, Samuel. Goes with a 340 in a 4th place. Sorry, Chris.
That's one of the, I think, coolest feelings for everyone in the start gate to race against Sam Hill.
So, back to the top for another Australian and a man who will be up for this, Darcy Coutts then. Spends a lot of time here in Maydena, actually test the track. He was the first over the creek gap again this year, I believe. And it's a massive moment for this man to go up against the world's best. Qualified 4th here 2 years ago. During that qualifying run, the plate that he just had put in his collarbone came loose. He wasn't able to compete. So, yeah, he doesn't mind putting the pain in there from Melbourne. returned last year for a 12th place.
Really nice. I mean, I was talking to Darcy earlier. I think that he'll try to put in a pretty fast run here. Talking to him about kind of just the mental side of things, being able to have a race of this magnitude while also staying calm, because that's what downhill is. It's the most stressful, pressurizing thing ever, but you just have to be in the moment as much as you can be.
It doesn't matter how many starts you do. I don't know about you, Jess, but if there was one time you knew it was right, you'd probably never get in that exact mental state again. I don't know, it's so difficult with all the pressures, the difficulties through the week, whatever. You know how good you're feeling. It's a difficult thing to nail.
And did you just see
Yeah,
that?
first person we've seen hop over the rock. Super nice.
Beautiful. Oh. And the one-back gap, no problem as well. Did he hop that gap? Did he straighten that bit up?
Yeah, straighten it up, and you can kind of see him using the track as a bit of a rhythm section, cutting low into that right-hander there to try to stay out of the soft stuff.
And only 0.1 off at split number 1, 0.8 off at split 2. So Darcy Coutts absolutely in touch with Kaos Sloan at the moment. Can he fight back from here on down? Still loads of track left.
You can kind of see too, a rider will, on a section like this, see Darcy kind of locking his legs a little bit, being a little bit chill, you know, resting the hands as much as he can, just to kind of prepare himself for this last technical section. Completely different. Let's see how he does in this key section. Oh, I haven't seen that yet. We did see that last year. You can really hop up high into it. It's about the exit, so you're shaving off more distance in, but then the exit is a little bit slower.
Some creative lines down here, though, from Darcy Coutts. Oh, scrubs beautifully off there. The riders that are jumping those whoops, which is, I can't actually believe that, but they are going to the lower line on the exit. Gives them a bit more time to stop for that stall wall, except Jackson Goldstone, right? Apparently jumping to the inside. Or he was before he hit the deck earlier today. Pumping through there, then Darcy Coutts. Sloan's 2:47 goes by, 5.6 off though. Lost some serious time then in sector 3.
Yeah, I think Darcy was trying to take a lot of those insides. Sometimes you do actually try that when you're under time, and so he'll see that, he'll check the split times and say, okay, maybe I need to follow some of the berms and change up a couple things, because he's definitely got the speed at the first 2 splits.
And how is that on-off, Jess? Pretty easy to over-jump, I heard.
Yeah, it's a big push down.
Oh, there he goes then. Darcy Coutts scrubs hard, goes across the line into 3rd place. 5.8 into the red. But absolutely in touch.
Yeah.
The first couple of splits.
Yeah, looks really, really good on the bike. I think that's like exactly what you want out of a seeding run.
So Edgar Briole, actually a big accident here. I think it was a year and a day to the day. Broke both his feet on that big creek gap. It was a big injury.
Yeah.
Came back later this year, amazing video edit for him, and here he is again. Now living in Evian with Matteo Iniguez. And one of the foremost free riders really on the planet now.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the sneeziest house in the world.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah.
I mean, you watch this guy ride, and he just does stuff that just makes you
want to go and ride your bike.
Yeah, like,
or give up.
Yeah, like one or the other. Like, I wish I could. How does that feel? I don't even know.
No, amazing, stunning rider. And great to see that he's got the appetite to come back here and get some justice back on this track then. Holds that tight through there. Couple of lines.
That section is actually really hard.
It's quite a big step down, right?
It's shorter than you think, and then you really have to perfect your corner to get on the brakes before that off-camber section.
Do you think, I know a lot of riders jump into the left and kind of straighten it off, or what were you doing, that or going around the berm more?
I kept going too inside. But yeah, you want to be super left so you can really get on the anchors pretty fast.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Briole riding the one back gap. I don't blame him for that one bit. No gloves?
Best way. No gloves.
Do you run gloves? Yeah.
No.
That's crazy.
Not till I'm told that I have to.
Crazy work. Do an Ed Masters and cut off the palms.
I haven't tried that yet, actually.
My hands are not that sticky.
That's right, but the old sweaty palms can be a problem halfway down, huh?
Maybe I'm just too nervous.
So Briole thrashing his way down through this highway section, over that 60-footer. And on the brakes now.
Yeah, and where we saw Matteo crash there, like Edgar taking a little bit further inside. All of these, you can kind of make the decision to really dive in to those turns, add a little bit more pace, a little bit more distance.
And what's his time going to be through that key section? Then loses less than a second. Super tight times, only around an 8-second section of track though.
And I think that we saw that, like I was just looking at Darcy's time through there. It looked like, you know, that inside, which was fast in years past, maybe is not quite the line this year.
Past Rónán's rock, absolutely flat out through there. 10 back at split number 2 though.
I feel like we've seen a lot of redemption stories here.
Yeah.
Red Bull Hardline Tasmania. I mean, we've got Rónán, you know, Jackson Goldstone, Edgar here. I think it's a testament to how much the riders love this race.
It is, that's
here.
right. Whoa. Incredible, makes me nervous seeing the windsock full as they leave the shark. But not as nervous as it with you, I bet, Jess, eh?
No, it is pretty.
Ah, big pull on there. That's where he had his accident a year ago. So Briole safely across the canyon. Just this last sequence of jumps to go now. They should shoot him down to the ground.
Yeah, get some pedals in there.
Looks like a big Edmund, though, flapping that shirt there.
Awesome.
Not too bad at all. He comes across the line and goes into 8th place. 18.8 into the red. 15 riders left to drop here at Red Bull Hardline Tasmania. The big dogs at the top. We've got every winner. Anyone who's ever won a Red Bull Hardline since 2022 is still to drop at the top, as is this man, Dan Booker from Maydena here. His story started here when Sam Hill discovered him a few years ago, rose up through the EWS, and still yet to get to the bottom of a Red Bull Hardline race, which is unbelievable. A crash year 1, a puncher year 2, a crash in Wales last year as well. And we done a mistake.
No.
And we said,
I mean, look at the
narrow top section.
It's a tire width like that. You can see where the dirt is. It was wet, and like it is just about a tire width, and you got just a little bit unbalanced there.
The most innocuous looking part of the track. Catching Booker out there, yeah. Looked like he got off balance, and there is no room, no margin there at all.
Yeah, first rider that I think we've seen go over in that rock garden. You can go over a
Slightly to the left.
right. Why? I thought that riders might be going over that rock on the inside like Dan did, but it seems like everyone's kind of going around. It's just to carry a little bit more speed, or.
Yeah, a couple people still doing that inside, but I think majority are outside.
Yeah.
And Booker, after that mistake, absolutely on Carter Sloan's pace. So let's see if he can keep it up now. All the way down, it'll tell us some idea of just how quick he might go tomorrow, because, you know, he's a rider that's capable of doing something big at one. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you watch him all week in practice. Every single jump is just perfect. I mean, he's won a ton of Enduro World Series races last year.
Yeah, he won one last year. That's right. Amazing, huh?
Yeah, I think he won the first 2 or 3 in a row. Is just insane.
So he's the full package.
Yeah.
The fitness is there. The skills we know are there. Looks comfortable on the downhill bike.
Yeah, I think that this is, after that mistake, I think Dan probably just thinking, okay, make sure you know what it feels like to get down to the bottom of the race so that tomorrow he can kind of relive that feeling in the finals.
Yeah, 1.4 he loses in sector 2 then. But fighting on, see what he does in this key section. This key section
Yes, it's got to be all about the kind of the pace you carry into it, right? Dan Booker just losing 0.26 there. But is that what it is? It's the entrance of it.
I think so. It's tight corners. It's really dusty though, so it makes it really hard. Or I guess it's pretty easy to wash out, lose the front, back in. Yeah.
In these conditions, like, you know, traction's not everywhere on this track.
No.
It's pretty hard to know where to push in a race run, isn't it? You're going to have to take a few chances, I think, to win this.
I think also when your mind is thinking about these other massive features, and then you're almost taking a break where you can in these sections, but it's not really a break.
Right, yeah. I mean, that part of it, if you're on a downhill run and you're not thinking about exactly what's in the moment, it definitely takes a toll on everything. And like you're saying, Jess, I mean, how do you not think about that?
Yep.
Like, good grief.
Finds a sweet spot on the landing there. Yeah, amazing to see. So, Sloan's time goes by. He had a great run. He's been sat in that hot seat all afternoon long. And Booker! Oh! And he's on
Okay.
Break the time beam. Yeah, he stopped the clock. 3:38. I think I heard an enormous
Something.
yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm just stoked to see he's up and okay.
Oh my goodness me. Wow, I didn't see it coming that he was going to case it like that.
I mean, what presence of
That
mind.
windsock though is pretty.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It just is so gutsy. Look at this. And he pulls the whip back. He's like, okay, I'm not going to make it.
Oh!
Whip back.
Holy Toledo. There you go, Dan.
I mean, throws that. That's crazy that he was able to bring that back that quickly. It's just a good riding
Yeah. He's laughing. He's all
As
good.
long as you're laughing,
Nice.
it's okay.
Not every day of the week you case a 75-foot jump.
And
I'm pretty sure
survive.
this one's 80 or 90.
But yeah, I'm not exactly sure. People saying it's huge.
I mean,
This last one is huge.
And
Yeah.
it's the steepest takeoff on the track, isn't it?
Yep.
Well, Dan Booker survived the case.
I think his rims look all good too. Good grief.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Huh?
Bye.
Okay, standings at the moment. Goldstone still leading with that 3:22. 1 second off Oli Clark. 5.8 back to Darcy Coutts in third. Will Hynes in fourth. Dan Booker, unbelievably, with a crash, 2 crashes, a stop and a crash, excuse me, sitting there in fifth place at the moment. So Dan Booker knows he's got plenty more for tomorrow.
He does.
8 seconds off, dude, only after that. Yeah, interesting. Going to be good to see.
A couple of track backs there. 2.7K long, 600-meter vertical drop. See some steep parts on this track. There he is. Carter, raw racing scene. Talked to Carter earlier, and he was saying that exact thing of how you just have these gusts and you don't really know until you kind of come out of the woods to say, this is what the wind is doing.
Well, the winner for the females of Red Bull Hardline Wales, Louise Ferguson, now about to drop in. She did a full run here in 2024 last year. Actually ran out of time with the windy conditions, but here we go again then. Lou Ferguson on track, and she has been impressive. What's it been like, Jess, to be riding with her? She's insane, huh?
It's so sick. Yeah, the girls have had a great time, and Lou is just so fun to ride with, and I'm just stoked to see her up there now doing a seeding run, and yeah, see her absolutely kill it.
And apparently I just heard actually that she was debating whether to drop in or not after seeing there was a bit of a headwind for Dan Booker. I mean, I'm not sure that would fill anyone with that much confidence. Holy Toledo, did he hit that last jump hard, yeah. But Lou Ferguson on track then.
What is the mindset like, Jess, on a seating run?
Yeah, Lou.
I think it depends. Like, I feel like in a hardline situation, you really can take your time. And I think particularly for the girls, yeah, I mean, the boys are flat out. But Yeah, it's hard to say. World Cup, you've got to try and actually qualify, whereas I guess hardline is just purely putting you in a seeding order. So there's not so much stress, pressure. Yeah.
And I feel like this week was really, because we had Gwin kind of every evening and things like that, didn't always have the bottom of the track open to practice, so it wasn't easy to get a full run in.
No, and I mean, it's the same as what you said earlier, Rob, with the running out of time, just due to conditions.
Yeah.
You can't tell it to not be windy. And
no, that's right. And, you know, let's be fair, we've had an unbelievable amount of practice this week, and still these bottom jumps have been difficult with the conditions. Simple as that.
Yeah, I love watching Lou ride, though, especially in, you know, a seeding run like this where she's chilling, and then the jumps, she just lands perfect. Like that big drop over that log. I mean, perfect downside, perfect backside.
She cut inside that right-hander then, still made that step down, yeah? Nice. And great to see Michaela Parton as well here from Fort William as well. Sending it this morning. I was stood there when she did the creek gap this morning, and she landed that shark fin a little crooked, and I was like, she's going to hit the brakes. Her eyes were on stalks, man. They were coming out in front of her goggles. She was on it, and she sent the creek gap. Insane to see.
Amazing.
So Lou Ferg working her way down here. Had a couple of crashes in that race run, if you remember, back in 2024. Got up, still managed to send it all the way at the bottom.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like for me that was, it's so impressive because the track is so physical, and every time you do have a crash or a mistake, it takes a lot of strength out of you. So to come down to the bottom of the track, still hit all the jumps, all of that stuff, I mean.
How physical is this track, Jess? Because, you know, you don't want to be hitting these massive features weak-limbed, do you?
No, and I mean, like, we're what, third day in?
Yeah, exactly,
And
the fatigue builds.
Yeah, the fatigue's building. You've got sore arms, sore legs. Yeah, and you're coming into these massive things.
Yeah, it's not ideal. Straight line in over the top of that rock then.
And Lou is in Queenstown, has spent so much time on the bike park, riding Dreamline, all of these different things. Developed her skills, has really kind of taken form at the World Cup Series as well in the last couple of years.
And great to see the Nuke-proof brand and team back in action as well. 20 metres off there for Lou Ferguson. Oh, tuck in now. What's this feeling like, Jess? Get as low as you can.
Yeah, low as you can, and speed tuck and go for it.
Here she comes then. Lou sends the 80, finishes over it. Perfect.
You can see how much she has to tuck, doesn't have as much weight as the guys, and so she's trying to get as small as she can.
She's going to have a look at this windsock, maybe coming down to this last jump now. Tuck in still, it's going to be a big pull for Lou Ferguson!
Yes!
Incredible!
That's crazy!
Wow, wow, wow! Yes, Louise Ferguson, another top to bottom here in Tasmania! Incredible!
That was probably the biggest gust of wind that I've seen all week in the sock.
I stood up and I looked at the stock and I was
that was
my
wild.
God. Oh my goodness.
You could see her look up at it and just commit. It's so sick. Look,
wow.
Perfect landing. Like every single jump, just perfect.
So good.
Nice work. I mean, God. There's that tuck, and then she gets ready, pops. Perfect over that one. Nice work, Lou.
Oh, I'm so stoked.
That's so
Yeah.
good. That's so good. I mean, look at that. Look at that.
Man.
I mean, in that, like we were talking about, like to know, okay, I'm looking, you know, probably started looking at that on that Suzuki drop a little ways up before the on-off.
Well, a two-time Red Bull Hardline Tasmania women's winner, Gracey Hemstreet, and it's been a rough day for her, actually. She got a bit pitched over the front on the creek gap to the point that she completely took out the butt patch on her trousers. There was a big hole in them. Got to the bottom, and I think had another big crash after that as well. So she's brave.
Yeah, she is. I
She's
mean,
fearless, this woman.
she is just. Red Bull Hardline just feels like it is made for a rider like Gracey. I mean, so much time at Coast Gravity Park. Had an incredible World Cup season last year.
Winning 3 World Cup races. Can you believe that? That's right. 2nd overall in the World Cup, yeah. A meteoric rise to the top.
Yeah. On that Norco Factory Racing team, Greg Minar, the team director over there. And I would imagine, Jess, that Gracey's going to kind of do the same thing. Get this seeding run under her belt. Make sure she can do this full run under time.
Yep.
Picks away safely down through that rock garden there. That new rock garden, it's horrible, right? All soft and hard to see still.
Pretty janky as well.
Yeah. Oh. And the dust is getting more and more, no doubt about it. Really breaking up that turn there. Hemstreet, no, riding well here, the Canadian from Coast Gravity Park. Shouldn't be such a surprise to see her so amazing at jumps, perhaps.
I know, I'm just looking at her bike. I mean, she's running it so stiff. Like, barely even bottoms out off of that massive drop. Look at that, steezing over that.
Beautiful. Holds that high line across there.
Also running the no gloves. Maybe that's where I was going wrong. Yeah, okay.
It could be just that.
Yeah.
I think that was it.
That was between me and a World Cup win.
All right, through the right-hander nicely. And into the motorway section. Can you relax down here or no?
Not at all, no.
Honestly?
No.
Is it one of them places where you couldn't even hold your breath? Like, it's so wild.
You're not holding your breath the whole way down.
No.
What are you kind of telling yourself anything in a section like this or down a racetrack? Is the mental?
Oh, big whip!
That's crazy. Is the kind of like the mental side of things different at Red Bull Hardline?
I think it's the same. Yeah.
Just go as fast as you possibly
can.
Yeah. Plumes of dust around that back wheel there as well. Whoa. Track is breaking up more and more, yeah, no doubt about it. Into this key section now then. You see the front pushing there as well a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, her bike setup is super hard, so she's got to kind of compensate into all of these really slick turns, but that will give her so much more speed, especially at the bottom. I mean, definitely one of the lightest riders, if not the lightest rider here, which is a detriment when you're trying to go 80 k's an hour down a hill.
That's right. And do you think, Jess, that might be why everything's so stiff on that bike, just to help her produce that speed to get over the last few?
Potentially, yeah.
Because it won't be that nice on the bits between the features.
No.
That's for sure.
Not at all.
Well, you not controversially not using the Australian line there, goes around those 2 berms.
And that drop got about 1.5 meters bigger this year.
Yeah, absolutely. They shaved it back right to centre. We're over jumping it last year.
Just perfect. Off the drop, perfect off the cannon, tucking, perfect at the top of that landing.
Yes, safely over the creek gap as well then for Gracey Hemstreet into that huge bowl. That's a no brakes turn, isn't it, Jess?
Yeah, no brakes.
And now she needs to be clean. Absolutely perfect off the sharp end. She is. And decides to go around that last jump. I don't blame her one bit.
Yeah, she could see the flag. I mean, right before the camera panned to it, it was really blowing.
Gracey Hemstreet down at the bottom then. A great run for her.
We're giving her a big congratulations. So nice to see. Look at this. Oh.
It out.
Yeah, and I think one of the things on this fernery is you're trying to shave off some distance, so going.
I mean, that was sick.
Yeah. I feel like she's just playing around. Like everywhere that I see her on the track, she's flicking out the back end.
I think, like, obviously this is Gracey's, what, 3rd year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even for me today, or yesterday, you start feeling comfy and you hear the boys going, I could lap this all day.
Yeah.
So you kind of get to that point where it's just natural.
Right, which is crazy.
Well, Ryan Gilchrist in the start hut, his first ever Red Bull Hardline And another man, I'm going to say, that brings huge pace to this race at his first attempt. Someone who could push for a big position, I would say, tomorrow. An EEWS world champion, a pump track world champion in his past as well. King of Crankworks, and spending more and more time on the downhill bike, Eliot, and getting better and better, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, right as you come under that camera, you could see him kind of lift his shoulder up. That is I don't know, maybe about a meter wide or so through there, and Ryan's really good at that stuff. I mean, he comes here with Luke Meier-Smith to train in the off-season.
They spend a month here most years, right? Pre-season, they know this place well. First time they've pointed those bikes at the biggest jumps on this hillside, though, this week.
But definitely, I would say not a rider that you would typically think of when you think of, you know, massive jumps and downhill, you know, super gnarly downhill track. So he's doing really, really good.
And he's fastest. Look at that then, 81 hundredths up at the first split on track. Gilchrist bringing the heat here this afternoon.
Oh,
Squashes over,
that's
and
crazy.
he squashes the creek gap, which I found absolute. I witnessed it with my own eyes today. Inside there, and sends the wombat.
You know, sometimes on a jump like that, you kind of want to case purposefully.
Yeah.
Slows you down just a little bit, compresses your suspension in the way that you would want to for that next little hop. So that's a lot of time not a mistake.
Loses a little bit though, 0.6 then in that short sector 2. But I feel like Gilchrist might come to life on this bit of the track. It is like an 80 km/h pump track.
If there is anywhere that Ryan is going to be fast.
I mean, look at that.
Yeah, look at it. Look at it, dude.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Forcing the speed out of that bike there. Yeah, great
Look
to
at
see.
that. That is crazy.
And we do know that he brings incredible levels of fitness, like Meier-Smith as well in this race.
He's looking really good.
Yeah, watch out. Let's keep an eye on that clock then. Into the key section now. Sloan still sat there. 7.7. Is it under threat? No. Gilchrist loses 0.42 in there. That's surprising.
Yeah.
Really surprising.
Another section that we would expect Ryan to be good at. I mean, I think one of the things that Ryan would really have to think about here or get used to is the lack of traction, you know, at a pump track or slalom, things like that. I mean, obviously he's an incredible enduro rider, but just going this fast on a downhill bike.
Is it going to be, what's the color of the next split going to be? That's what I'm interested in. He looks absolutely faultless everywhere. Super stylish as well, loses more, 1.5 now into the red. Surprising.
Yeah, this will be a good ride for Ryan. You can see him going low off that shark fin, try to stay as low as possible.
Let's see if he squashes. If he squashes this.
Oh, that's too much.
Dude!
How about that?
I don't know.
How low was he across that?
That's too much.
It's wild.
I like the way that he has his elbows down too. A lot of riders like tucking with their elbows out. It's actually better to tuck their elbows down.
Last jump then for Gilchrist, safely over it. It's a great run, top to bottom, he goes third, 2 into the red. Ryan Gilchrist show us he's got something for tomorrow.
That is wild.
Yeah, that's a great seeding run.
Why are you doing that? Why are you going to squash an 80-foot jump? Good grief. I just love the way that Ryan, you know, sticks the bike to the ground, you know, using his legs.
You could really see him pumping.
Yeah.
I mean, even the little double before that gap in the woods, or the fern section, you know, like pumping through there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's so good. Got Roger Vieira, Red Bull Sarabajo winner. Will be going over there next week, but he's been looking really good all year, all week. Second year on the Pivot Factory team. And let's see what he can do in this top section. Another rider that had some good results.
Oh! He hit that tree pretty hard there. Oh, what a shame.
Oh no.
You got the marshal?
Marshal! Okay, well, the medical staff will be with Riet Roger as quickly as they can. We've got great medical staff on site, of course. Vieira, yeah, as you said, Elliot. the
Same
Red
section
Bull.
as Booker there.
Yeah.
That top, this new, difficult, technical, single track, narrow top bit.
Very narrow.
Yeah, it's taking people out.
Yeah, I mean, and correct me if I'm wrong, Jess, but you're coming off this kind of off-camber, steep section. You go into a flat that has no lip on it to turn off of, and then it puts you right into this tree, but it's super narrow right there.
It's very narrow, and there's like a few roots that kind of catch you off. Then you're through some rocks, but yeah, it's a lot narrower than you expect.
Yeah.
With the sand, it almost looks like a rut. And Roger back on track then. Form in there, yeah.
I didn't want to say, but I think he got the wind knocked out of him there.
Yeah,
That
absolutely.
was,
It's actually no worse feeling.
yeah, no.
Horrendous.
You're just like, am I about to die, or what's going on?
Yeah, that's right. Gnarly. But yeah, as you said, goes to Valparaiso for Red Bull's Théo Erlangsen next week. That's the series leader.
Yeah.
Number one play.
That's a urban legend, as we call him, taking the title from Marcelo Gutierrez back in the day.
The Brazilian Brit, actually living in the UK these days. Don't know why. if you saw January, you wouldn't be there.
Why are you going to leave Brazil?
Honestly. I'm going to have a good chat with Roger after this.
Good to see Roger back up. Good to see him. It looks like he's healthy enough. Still seasoning it out. Looks good on the bike.
Yeah, nice to see.
Yeah, getting that gap. I think Roger, he has his, a style where he rides low on the bike. Kind of like pretty far back, allows him to get some pumps in, allows him to keep the bike really still body on the bike, get some extra traction.
And, brilliant to see that he was brought in, was it the week before the first World Cup last year when Byrne had injured himself for his first factory ride on the pivot bike now. And he's really stepped up. An 8th at Red Bull Hardline Wales last year. And as we said, leading that street race series, that's mad.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've seen that in so many other sports. A rider getting a call up for privateer. So for him to be able to get that call up and then rise to the occasion, there's so much pressure as a rider when you get an opportunity.
And back in the flow now. Let's have a look at this key section time for him, and he does go fast. It's 7.5. I thought he was on the move again. That looks good. So Vieira is recovered. He will be able to attack tomorrow, that's for sure now.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, and sends it deep. Riders almost landing in that turn, trying to catch the berm almost as a backside. Wild, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, Roger just starting to feel it more and more as he goes down the track.
Here we go. Vieira not wasting this run now, no.
Really nice. Like, really, you can kind of see the rhythm that he's got on the way down the track.
We're into the top 10 now, 9 riders left after Vieira. Safely out of there, 23 metres to the sweet spot.
And we're seeing a lot of riders have similar split threes.
Good grief.
I thought he was going short.
I did too.
He's so low.
Woo. Take it easy on the commentators. So last jump for Vieira. Big pull, he's over it. Beautifully.
Yeah.
That squash actually may have worked.
Yeah, right. That was fun. Okay.
Yeah. Well done, Roger. Your top 5 at the moment. Sloan from Oli Clark. Ryan Gilchrist sits in 3rd. Darcy Coutts 4th. Will Hynes in 5th. Booker is 6th. Sam Hill 7th. Sascha Kim 8th. Kaos Seagrave in 9th. And Edgar Briole rounding out your top 10 here at Red Bull Hardline. Maydena seeding day. And now we go to the top for one of the greatest downhill races there has ever been. One of only 2 men to win 5 overall World Cup titles. The winner of 20 downhill races, 2nd at best at that ever. And Gwin takes his first Red Bull Hardline run here in Tasmania. And he's been riding brilliantly, Elliot.
Look at that. I mean, we haven't seen a rider get that high and stick that high. Was over at the pits just before this. They were talking about bike setup. Look at that, just tucking an elbow through there.
And a new bike for him, a new team this year, Elliot, on the Frameworks racing for Gwin.
Yeah, and I think that this year is one of the first years in a long time that he has just only been able to concentrate on racing.
Yeah, that's absolutely right.
Knows the bike is good. Team environment is good.
He's got a relatively fast young teammate to keep him on his toes, I might say.
I love it. I love seeing Aaron aggressive, though. I mean, he's riding really good.
And dude, when you talk about aggression, with this man at his World Cup winning peak, there's never ever been aggression seen like it.
No.
Straight lined, everything. 1.1 up then for Aaron Gwin. Insane. This is brilliant.
Yeah, you could just see the speed, kind of that average speed that we always talk about, shaving off the distance everywhere he can.
38 years old now, the front getting a little high in that turn, still sends the one back gap.
Smooth, though.
But that's right, Eliot. Yeah, 38 years old, living outside Nashville, excuse me, now.
Another rider that is so good at these really fast sections anytime you have something like that. He's
1.2 into the green now for Aaron Gwin.
Yeah, you just see him putting the tires right at the top, because if you land a little bit too low in one of these G-outs, that's when you lose traction. So I always watch for the roost in stuff like this. No roost means that you have full traction.
Oh. Doing a move through here, pumping a bit here and there as well. Great to see Aaron Gwin fly in again. 7 times I've got him down as a US champion.
I love hearing the stats. The stats.
I haven't got to use them for a while, man. They're all coming out at the moment. I'm into them. Right, Vieira's quickest through this key section. Gwin, looking good through there as well. And he goes within 0.1 of Roger Vieira. So doesn't lose much in there. Still green on the big clock. Way over the second, though. Cleanly through those whoops as well.
Yeah, I think one of the things that Aaron will be thinking about is...
Gets a little kick in there.
That's right. Looking at him in some of these turns, he's kind of ridden a little bit high in some of the exits, so that'll be something he'll notice and clean up for tomorrow. So he's definitely got more in the tank for the finals.
But a brilliant run so far for Aaron Gwin. Loses around a second in sector 3. All on this last big straight now down to the finish. No breaks from here on down, which is quite insane actually to hear. Creek gap, no problem.
I can't do it. That's such an insane jump.
The on-off as well then. Last sharp fin is Aaron Gwin about to go fastest here. Red Bull Hardline, Maydena, here he comes! He goes across the line and does go fastest. 3:22.14 into the green. New leader, Red Bull Hardline Tasmania.
That's a sight we've seen many times. There's that key section. It's one of those turns that I was talking about a little bit where it kind of gets a little bit higher in the exit. That rock garden is so precise at that speed. Looking good.
Well, you might want to strap in for this one.
Oh, so we're out. Oh, fuck.
Apologies for the... we have to start with that, a swear word. But this is Rónán Dunne, 23 years old. The only rider here to win both Red Bull Hardline Tasmania and Wales in 1 year. Last year he came back as the defending champion, had a massive crash up there, broke his pelvis, broke his back. Unbelievably, still came back and won the Leger World Cup. And to me, this is one of the big 3 that are going to be going for the win here. There's others, of course, but Dunne is one of the fastest. He's been riding brilliantly all week. Perhaps not pushing as hard as we've seen him in the past.
Oh my goodness. I mean, he posted an Instagram that just blew my mind before this. Like,
from Queenstown, huh?
Queenstown. I mean,
you said to me, I don't think I've ever seen anyone ride a downhill bike like that.
No.
That's what you said.
I like just insane the trust that he has in his bike. The edge of traction. And like we were talking about, he came back last year, a 3rd at World Championships and winning a World Cup. It's he's back on form, and I think he really wants redemption here.
Yeah, he does, absolutely, that's right. First time we had it, it was this man that won here in Tasmania. Let's have a look at this clock. It's Aaron Gwin at the moment leading with that 3:22.
I like that line. I mean, he set that up all the way off that drop, turning super inside.
He's up by nearly a second,
Just so he could kind of get back on that off camber.
All good so far for Rónán Dunne. And I get a feeling that he may hold a little bit back for tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Whoa. Smooth into that big left as well, sends the gap. Doesn't jump out. He said it actually doesn't think it's any quicker to double again after that.
It's really difficult to get the second hop because it's downhill. So really you're kind of, sometimes on a section like that.
1.1, so takes another 0.15 out of Aaron Gwin in sector 2.
Yeah, a lot of those, you can't get a pop because you're going too fast. So a lot of the times you just want to go as fast as you can, not have to think about that second pop.
Yeah, exactly that. Whoa. So flying over that big 60-footer up there. Dunne just looking so fast through it.
Really
Fluid at the moment. Did he hit the trees?
In the trees.
We have to those branches removed for tomorrow, please. Into this key section, then it's Vieira fastest so far. Dunne surely has done it, though. Yes, he has, 7.4 now. Oh, 93 thousandths then, off Vieira through there.
Right, is he going to pull for these?
Let's see it. Opts not to.
Yeah, and goes on that inside. He went deep off that stall wall, though. That was insane. Opening it up a little bit down here now.
Said that he still has a little bit of thought coming through this section right there.
Didn't look like it to me.
I don't think he was holding back there.
No, I don't know if Rónán knows what that means.
2 World Cup wins to his name, this fella. One of the big hitters now on the World Cup circuit. 3.5 up then, extended by 2.3 in sector 3. That's insane. Oh, and letting everyone know what he is capable of for tomorrow. This is a big run from Rónán Dunne.
Yeah, we've heard so many riders talk about that top section, but I think, as always, Red Bull Hardline Tasmania, you can make up time at every point of the track. Really, really good raceable track.
So that's 3:22. Looking in big trouble. Here comes Rónán Dunne, and he's gonna go fastest. 4.3 into the green. 3:17.9 to beat. Rónán Dunne takes the lead at Red Bull Hardline Tasmania. With
So casual.
Oh, is it time to go?
and this is the Canon Super Slow-Mo.
And he is one of those riders that changed over from Fox to RockShox this past year, so he now has that flight attendant was talking about where you engage it, where you don't engage it. I mean, I wonder if that's one of the things that maybe makes a little bit of the difference. I mean, he made up most of his time at the bottom of the track.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And there's, you know, he actually also puts on a different setting for the highway as well, a little bit further up, so yeah. Well, it's this man's first Red Bull Hardline as well. Luke Meier-Smith then has a house here in Maydena. Spends a lot of time here pre-season with Ryan Gilchrist. The giant factory racer won a World Cup in Lake Placid last year. Elliot, what do you think we're going to see from him?
I think Luke is a racer.
Yeah, I think we know that, right? Yeah.
I think that when he gets under the clock, he pushes, he wants to go fast. He is, I mean, one of the strongest, fittest people.
Yeah.
And see his house from the track. I think has been with Ryan Gilchrist, kind of looking at this race, looking at this track for so long, waiting for the right time.
And he has
Red Bull Hardline.
Oh, nice inside line there, sneaking around the inside. I looked so much shorter to me.
Yes,
that's first person.
Yeah, I didn't think that was really viable. I thought you would have to slow down a little bit too much, but looked really nice.
So some super creative, inventive riding from Luke Meier-Smith a bit further up the track. And then 0.7 only off then at split number 1, so very much in touch. And had a big win here actually a few years ago, winning an EWS round, kind of his breakout ride, before concentrating more and more on downhill. And like you say, he is absolutely an animal on the downhill bike.
Yeah, I mean, last year, I mean, last 4 races, a 17th, a 10th, a first and then finishing off with an 8th at the last World Cup. I think, you know, for him, coming into Red Bull Hardline, I think, especially on this run, kind of goes from what is it like to jump the jumps to what is it like to race the jumps, which is a completely different thing.
Yeah, and he hasn't had the previous 2 years experience, so there's a lot going on this week to try and get up to speed. Loses a touch in Sector 2, but still finds himself less than a second off. So it's Rónán Dunne from Aaron Gwin. Kaos Sloan in third at the moment. I love the way they dance through that turn there. Amazing.
Yeah, interested to see what this split looks like. I'm seeing him kind of like late break into some of the turns. Interested to see what the trade-off is going to be.
He's done in the key section. Once Meier-Smith done in there, he goes in, loses 0.4 nearly of a second. That's huge in a very, very short part of the track. Rides those whoops on the inside. Oh my God! Oh, has he held on to it? No, he hasn't. Oh, Luke Meier-Smith goes down. He's up though to his feet, thankfully. Dude, that was wild.
I thought, well, you come at it so fast. In your race run, you're trying not to break. You got bucked, and then I thought he saved it.
Yeah, looked like he went really long off it. What do you think, Jess? Are we stating the obvious here or what?
Just a
Oh my goodness.
He's back.
Well, he's all good, and we're going to see him go again tomorrow, and he's going to know he was absolutely in touch on the top half of this track, which is going to give him some confidence, I would say, despite that.
Yeah, I think this is, it just feels, I think, probably really good to get a fast run in. I mean, even a you know, mistake like that, a little crash, and to get back into it, your nerves are still going, you're anxious, almost like simulate something like that finals run a bit more.
Last jump then for Luke Meier-Smith. What might have been, gets to do it all again tomorrow though, so no stress. Goes across line, 26 seconds into the red.
There's that inside that we saw, and he just breaks a little bit late and just mistimes it just slightly. That roller is really, really large. That's why we see people laying it over a little bit to try to get around that little lip at the top.
Breathing strip, dude. Yeah.
Okay, well, here is Luca Shaw next to drop then, the American, third overall in last year's World Cup Series. Elliot, I don't think we've ever seen him ride this well, right?
I think he's just, this is one of the people that when we think of Red Bull Hardline Tasmania, it feels as though it's a bit made for him. He's so good on these fast sections. I mean, last year, the way that his form on the technical stuff, I mean, multiple top threes, multiple podiums.
Second at the last two World Cups of the year. He was going fast at the end of the last season.
Yeah, he was.
And it looks like he's going fast at the start of this one. Practice, he has been lighting it up.
Yeah.
He's been looking really good in practice too, like super smooth. I mean, the first drop, we all watched him and it was like, easy.
Yeah, just one of those dudes who doesn't look as fast as he is going.
He's got the menars about him. And, you know, he was the first, I believe, to jump the entire whoop section. Is that right?
I know. I saw Jackson Goldstone comment that he might have gave it away. So, but I don't know. I think Luca's definitely one of those riders that builds throughout the week. So you'll kind of see him hit his points here. 3 seconds back of the first split. Kind of that same run that we saw Oli Clark do, just under time. How does it feel? Make sure you can hit your lines. What does this full run feel like?
Is he going to go for the one-back gap? Yes, he does. Perfectly over there. Oh, did you see those rocks there on the exit? Huh? You could get caught out there. It's pretty janky, actually, the landing off that. It's awful when you look at it.
There is a line into that right. There's a rut up high and a rut low. And
oh, he's 4.4 off, though, Elliot. Actually, 3 off at the split number 1 as well. So, yeah, interesting that.
Yeah, it's
We haven't seen him really make any mistakes.
no.
But, oh, a little slide there. Luca Shaw will know what he needs to do tomorrow, that's for sure. But what a season he had, yeah. And what a week he's had here, really coming here and levelling up to this place in a few days.
For sure.
And being very careful who he'd follow earlier in the week.
That's right. He said, I only want to follow people with the family.
He did, yeah.
I'm just watching Luca, and I think, you know, what he does better than so many other riders is really get into these turns early so that he doesn't lose traction. Really, really good. Smooth on the bike. Pumps where he needs to.
Straight over the top of there. Incredibly direct into there, actually.
That's right. That's a long time ago, but has that BMX background, so it's kind of that great combination for something like this with big jumps, super strong, really good at micromanaging that flight attendant setup.
6.3 off at the last split, though, on the track, so not going to throw anyone. Could still go inside the top at 8 with that sort of a time, though, but I think Luca would have been looking for a bit more, Elliot.
Yeah, and it's,
although it's seeded.
You know, it's always hard to know how much people are giving, and you kind of have to assess. And it's a quick pull-up manual. You'll have to assess, you know, what was the goal of seeding? Because for some people, like we saw with a Gracey or Oli Clark, you're just getting down, having a good run.
Absolute class over the last jump there, and he goes 5th, 5.8 into the red for Luca Shaw. Good run though in the 5th place like that.
Yep.
Didn't look stressed, did he?
No.
I think he's got more up his sleeve, for sure.
I think he's got a little bit.
6 riders left to go then.
Don't have to stress.
Did you hear that?
Did he just say?
He just said, I don't have to stress.
He's never going to live that down.
I think Théo's got some of the. He's the fan favorite here, I would say.
Yep.
Was in the riders earlier and couldn't walk anywhere. People wanting autographs from him, pictures. You know, you're gonna see him with sunglasses and a hat on.
And he is a bit of a big dog on this track, actually. Never finished outside the top 10 here. So a 9th and a 10th over the last couple of years for Théo. 3 times a South African national downhill champ.
I think another rider that we would imagine that would excel at Red Bull Hardline, just because he's racing World Cups, he's got the speed, but he also...
No! Well, I think he got away with it, but his bike did not. Did you see him tense up? His bike went towards the camera.
He's like, I'm good, but are you?
Oh, man.
That's not the first time we've seen a bike coming at the camera there, actually.
No, that is the tree. I think that one just to Théo's right as we look at it. Is it this? No, it's this tree here, actually, on his left, where Jackson hit a couple. Yeah. This camera's had some. It's had some abuse over the years, man.
I would
just take the cable off carefully, please. Imagine if just all cameras went down. What are you?
All right. Sorry, I don't know what the live is, but
take your time, mate. No rush, Théo.
I don't want to. I hate to do this to him, but his bars were 10 mil crooked earlier today. We had every mechanic in the pits.
I hate that they're watching this.
Everyone's watching, Théo. Everybody is watching this.
I think we love it.
Tuck your trousers in. Let's get on with it. Come on.
Did those come on? Oh, did those come in tough?
I don't know. But I did see him very sensibly having a good look over that bike before he carried on.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad he got his bars fixed up.
So he was riding with them?
I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah, maybe.
For most riders, it's all about the margins.
Right.
Maybe not for Théo so much. But he's recovered anyway. It was a pretty big get-off. Showed us just how quickly things can go wrong. And, you know, that when you see riders pushing tomorrow more, Jess, I think that's one place that could definitely catch him out. Huh?
Yeah, the ride line is definitely riding out. We see lots of rocks starting to show themselves in there. And, I mean, yeah.
It's getting deeper and nastier, yeah.
Yeah, that rock garden, I mean, the view that we have into it doesn't do it justice at all of how technical it is. You really have to thread the needle between the log and a couple of rocks. See Théo steezing it out through the fernery here.
Yeah, looking good down there.
I mean, every single one of the riders here is so skilled. Like, the things that they can do on a bike.
Everyone is
so
pretty
easy.
special, yeah. And the way that it's levelled up, I walked the course on day one with Dan Atherton, and you know how Dan is. And I was like, I thought that was going to be much harder than that. And he was like, yeah, me too. You know, the level, the rider's level almost rises quicker than the course's level at the moment. That's what it feels like.
I mean, the size of the jumps, I mean, the difficulty of the track, the technical difficulty this year is a lot higher than we've seen in the past with that first section. And I mean, it shows. We've had a couple of mistakes there so far.
And especially really in the women's side of the sport as well. I mean, this is one thing, but like women's Rampage, Red Bull Rampage,
that's on another level. Yeah.
I have never seen anything like that in all my life. It was crackers.
So good though.
Yeah, amazing.
So good.
To see Chelsea send, you know, the gap. And
I mean, I looked at that gap in 21 and went, what?
Yeah, and then she went off El Presidente as well. Like, it's huge stuff. So yeah, amazing to see. Erlangsen on his way down after that big get off. Looks like the bike's okay, thankfully, as he sends these huge, huge jumps on this big run down to the finish line now.
Yeah, just so comfortable. I mean, we see him at things like Dark Fest, not a stranger to big jumps.
No, that's right. As you said, he's kind of the makeup for this, and World Cup stuff under his belt, Dark Fest. A man who can do it all. Erlangsen across the line then. Lives to fight another day. We've got 5 riders left. Now to go.
I just saw the bike go. Man.
Let's see what happens here. Watch his left pedal. Oh, no, it was actually...
I think it was just the turn, and so right. Actually you have to do a little bit of a stoppy.
Uh-huh. He's like...
Ooh, camera.
We've seen a lot of riders go all the way outside. There's those 2 rocks, and we've seen a lot of riders go all the way outside of them. And Théo trying to do that line that you go over them. Front wheel just got a little bit into that soft stuff.
I think once you're off the line in there...
Yeah, there's no getting back.
No,
yeah.
Just hold on and hope.
Yeah.
And 4 riders left to drop there. Conor Fearon, Bernard Kerr, excuse me, is it 5? 5. Conor Fearon, Bernard Kerr, Troy Brosnan, Asa Vermette, Jackson Goldstone will be the last to drop in. But here he is, Australia's fastest Sparky, a man who can, and a man who does well at these Red Bull Hardline events. Conor Fearon on track.
I mean, got 5th here last year.
And the year before. Incredible.
I mean, this we've talked about it every year, that a track like this is made for Conor Fearon. It's loose, the turns are there. I mean, he is one of the has some of the fastest corner speed you will ever see in your life.
Yeah. Flat pedals as well. And he's been around a long time, Conor Fearon, nearly winning a World Cup now back in the day.
That's right.
From Adelaide across the water, same area of Australia as Troy Brosnan, who's yet to drop as well.
I mean, he never caved to the clip pedals. He never caved.
Some of us didn't, Elliot.
Here we go.
There's a few.
What did
There's a few real riders, as I would say, out there, mate. That didn't need to clip it.
Did you want? That's what you won your World Cup.
It, no, actually.
Yeah, I see. Okay.
Yeah. 1.4 off then only. 1.1, excuse me, off at split number 1 for Conor Fearon. So he's very much in touch with that time of Rónán Dunne.
Well, man, in perfect.
Oh, dude, he carries
really
some speed.
High.
Yeah, and with big pace as well. Straight across the Wombat Gap.
Looking good. I mean, he looks good. Bike looks good.
And quick through that right-hander. Pulls for that step down. And now Fearon's going to have to work hard down here. 1.7, losing half a second then. 0.6 really in that sector 2. Surprising.
And you can see Conor, I mean, he rides a lot of the times with his knees a little bit out, and as soon as he gets on a fast section like this, like tucking the knees, so just everyone is so cognizant of every single section.
Massive whip over the 20-metre, hard on the brakes there as well. But definitely got good momentum down here, Eliot.
Yeah, really good.
I wonder when he finds the time to train with a full-time job as well. I mean, look at him. He's an absolutely nailing this down here. Oh, front pushes high a little bit there, runs it high. And he goes, loses 0.4 in just that key section.
Yeah, I think a lot of that key section is about how fast you come across the off-camber. We don't really get to see the speed out of that right-hander.
Big scrub off the wall then for Conor Fearon. 1.7 he was back at split number 2.
Just smooth. I mean, looks super calm through that rock section. This section is one of the hardest to just get the rhythm right. Set yourself up for the next turn.
Losing a bit more time. 4 seconds into the red now for Conor Fearon, and on this last big straight for him. Flying out in the open. What does that feel like?
Every time, this is the question.
No.
Every time.
No, every time I see it, I'm like, that looks so cool, and I wish I could do it.
Tell me.
Tell me how it feels, yeah.
You're the only one here that's done it.
Yeah, exactly.
I can give me your bike and
yeah, there
send
you go.
it.
Yeah,
that's right.
Flat pedals, Rob. We'll make it happen.
Comes down the line then. 5.2 off into the red at the end. Good enough for 4th place with just 4 riders left to go now.
Good to see all the fans out on a Saturday. Bernard Kerr.
Well, that's right. The only man to win 3 Red Bull Hardlines. Oh, all of his wins coming in Wales. That's a wild start to his run.
A wild start. That'll get the heart rate up.
That'll get you fired up, absolutely. And a brilliant 4th place for him here last year, actually. He is up against it with the youngsters these days, Eliot, but you know, he's definitely going to push, definitely going to go as hard as he can, I think.
Yeah, said he got a good couple weeks in Queenstown before this. You see him, I think, still trying to get a couple of his lines down, going inside on some of these things.
Oh, neatly through there.
Good.
Threaded the needle. Yeah, that was tidy.
Definitely pushing for this seeding run, though.
And a second here in 2024, the first time we visited Tasmania. Oh!
Unclipped. He's still trying to get back clipped in.
Yeah, he's riding wild here. Could have been loose. Is that because his foot's not back in? Is it in now? 2 off only. It's split 1.
Maybe in that
I wouldn't want to be
right-hander.
unclipped there.
I think he's got it now.
No. Yeah, I think he got unclipped in that right-hander and then had to go across that off-camber with his right foot unclipped.
Whoa, all back together now then for Bernard Kerr. Sends the one back gap. Oh, that's janky on the exit there.
Yeah, it's so hard to get that because it's so tight. It's tight vertically and it's tight horizontally. You really only have a couple inches, but
And he pulls back 90 thousandths only, but he is pulled back a little bit of time there on Rónán Dunne. That'll be encouraging for him.
yeah. I think Bernard's one of those riders that does get up to speed a lot faster, likes to use these seeding runs to continue to pick up speed, to give him some confidence.
Well, it looks to me like he's pushing on down here.
Good. I mean, he's taking these inside lines. You don't see him using a whole lot of the berms, which I think is really good.
Yeah, riding really clean and tidy down here then, Bernard Kerr. Wouldn't he love another Red Bull Hardline win?
Another, yeah.
Rónán Jackson both have 2. Asa Vermette has 1 win, of course. He could get levelled up tomorrow here. Squashes hard into the whoop sections as well.
Yeah, loses that 0.6 in the key section there, and yeah, I think again he's really just trying to push on this bottom section of the track.
Definitely, little hop in there as well. Yeah, it's been all out again from Bernard, and I think we'll see even more again from him tomorrow. Loses a lot of time there, though. 2 seconds in sector 3.
Yeah, I think that you want to cut some of those turns a little bit tighter. I feel like every time I see people hitting those outsides into those holes, maybe robs a little bit of speed.
Especially now it's getting loose, Aiden.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jess? Takes a bit of...
I think it's hard to find that balance of how much is too inside and is it worth just hitting the holes.
Right.
Here comes BK. It's a big whopper over the finish line. He goes second in the end, 3.9 off. Is his shoe undone on the left? I think so as well. Yep.
Cheers, boys.
Did you
Oh, here's that. Look at his right foot.
Oh, it's off! Oh, dude, searching in the air. That's wild.
And then he finally gets it in after that right-hander.
Troy Brosnan then back for another go. One of the greatest World Cup racers there's ever been.
Thank you.
And absolutely blowing everyone's mind here last year. Turning up and taking the third at his first attempt. Pretty impressive, I think.
Yeah, and he had a great World Cup season as well. I mean, a 6, 7, I mean, so many top 10s. Good to see Troy. I think this race really started off the season good for him last year. So
That's
good
right.
to see him come back.
And neat and tidy off those first 2 drops. Clean onto that camber as well. And this is where Brosnan can show us that World Cup class, I believe, on this top bit.
I mean, another rider that is just so good at putting the bike where he wants it to. And I think, again, not just horizontally, but vertically like that. Hopping over things, making sure he gets every backside.
Yeah. Oh, just perfect so far. That 3:17.9. Rónán Dunne leading at the moment. That's the time they're all aiming for. 3 riders left now, including Troy. We're at the sharp end of this season here at Red Bull Hardline Tasmania.
That's good.
Oh. It'd be interesting to see this guy's first split.
Yeah, I mean, he looks really smooth.
He does, yep. He is covering some serious ground here, I would say. Let's find out if the pace is there. Dunne's 55 goes by, he's up by 0.04 then. So Brosnan leading at split number 1, incredible. Faultless riding up there though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think that top section, there's a balance, like you were saying, Jess, of just like how fast can you ride it. It almost feels like it has a max speed because it's so tight.
And dude, so clean. Went over that rock on the inside there, didn't have to find a way through the middle of them. Gets into that right-hander nice and early as well. Next split coming up. It goes by, though. He loses 0.4. So, interesting.
No,
Look, excuse me. What am I on about? He's up by 0.4. He's green. Colourblind.
Another one of those sections that I would expect him to be really good at. I mean, that was that roost that I'm talking about. That right-hander is really hard to not break in, really hard to not lose traction in. You know, you don't see too much roost from Troy, which I always have been talking about. It's always a good sign on tracks like this.
Oh, whipping it out of there. Yeah, nearly half a second into the green end for Brosnan, into this key section now.
This is looking good.
And
Really
Dunne is the fastest there so far. And still is actually 0.2 then, quicker than Troy Brosnan through there.
That right-hander is going to become more and more key. It's getting softer and softer.
And I think these turns down here are going to get more and more difficult.
Yeah.
Well, they're starting to look like they did in last year's final.
Well, you see what happened to Troy there. He just came in, leaned a little bit early, had to reach for the turn, unclip a little bit, but didn't lose too much time.
Will the advantage be gone at the next split then? Just flowing through those turns as well. Here's the line he pioneered last year. Beautifully through there, gets a good pump and pedals hard onto that container, and he is now into the red. And I think it'll be hard for him to pull it back with his weight down here. 65 kilos, it doesn't lend itself to rolling particularly quick.
That's true, but over the years, I think Troy has been one of those riders that just knows how to pump. Look at that! How are you gonna do that? How are you gonna go low over an 8-foot jump? It's too much.
So, Brosnan aiming for that 3:17.9 then. But Rónán Dunne, touch for the last jump. Scrubs it, it's gonna be close. Brosnan goes second by 0.16. I thought he had it. 3:18 on the clock. Wow. 0.16 off. I really thought he had that then.
Yeah. I mean, he looked so good. I mean, that's one of the fastest, cleanest, smoothest runs that we've seen all day.
Yeah, immaculate.
Yeah.
Absolutely immaculate. Top to bottom. And only 2 riders now left at the top.
This is going to be one heck of a race come tomorrow.
Yeah.
Everyone is looking so good.
And they're not playing all their cards today.
No,
that's for sure. I think anyone in their right mind has probably only got one all-out run down this thing, and that's going to be tomorrow. Asa Vermette now then, the youngest ever winner of a Red Bull Hardline. 18 when he won in Wales last year, 19 years old now, from Durango. And a man who can, right? Absolutely. A big mistake at the top last year. Saw him 1.8 back at split number 1. He fought back. He didn't have the Australian line at the bottom and finished, what was it, just 0.2 of a second off. So let's see what this young man can do then. A generational talent.
I mean, these young guys are insane.
They are.
What is the difference that you
level.
see, Jess, when you watch a rider like Asa ride?
It's hard to explain. I think I wish I looked like that.
Don't we all? Don't we all?
Yeah.
Yeah, incredible. The 2024 Junior World Champion. It's his first elite year as well. Got Aaron Gwin as his teammate now.
Yeah, I was talking to the Frameworks team, and they were saying kind of starting the week off stiffer, and then as the riders, you know, as Asa gets more comfortable, starts landing a little bit more precisely, you can actually go softer, which is maybe a little bit counterintuitive for
No way.
Yeah.
But it looks good so far for Asa Vermette, coming up towards split number 1 now. 55.1 for Rónán Dunne. He is outside it by nearly half a second then, Asa Vermette.
Definitely another rider where you don't quite know. And to me, Red Bull Hardline, I think even though, you know, riders are working together, it's probably more mind games here than you would have at a traditional World Cup race.
The thing here is that you can get away with more if you...
Because we haven't got 20 million people on track.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
spotters are not there with the cameras.
For
the
sure.
team spotters don't spot the secret lines, and now he goes green. Takes a second in split in sector 2. That's absolutely insane.
He did the same thing last year. I mean, he was back at the top, and then that section, I mean, he looks like he's just relaxing, but...
Pumping a bit there, and I don't think we're even at the bit of the track, really, where he was just unbelievable last year. After that big camber section, he really opened up. So Vermette then, bringing the heat here this afternoon.
He really has picked up the pace in this middle section. Like, that is one of the fastest we've seen anyone go through those couple turns.
Into the key section now, out of it already. 7.4, it was the fastest. And now Asa Vermette takes out 0.1 just in that key section and goes fastest in there. I think he scrubbed those whoops, just roped across the top of them.
Yeah, the bottom of this track, Asa Vermette has on lock. I mean, last year he looked the same, just so perfect.
Look how quick he's going through it. Just seemed like he straight lined that. Surely the green, it's going to be more into the green, I would believe now. We're going to find out. On that line he didn't do in 2025. And he's up by 1.9 now. Takes another 1.3 in sector 3. That's insane.
That is crazy.
And Jackson Goldstone at the top probably is watching the feed and will know what he needs to do.
Asa Vermette has not missed a beat. I mean, the last race that Jackson Goldstone won in Elite, Asa had the fastest time of the day.
That's right. Monson-Anne wasn't it at the end of last year. And now all those elites are going to see what's coming. Here comes Asa Vermette then. He's going to smash that time of Rónán Dunne to go fastest in Sweden by 2.1 seconds. 3:15.8 now. The fastest time of the day, and only Jackson Goldstone left at the top. Got to try and remember, this is just seeding.
That is great. This, like, from that middle bit down, like, look at how tight he takes all these turns, putting the bike back on the ground. That left-hander right there, early into the turns, the corner speed, like watching this guy ride is just something else.
But that time will be under pressure if Jackson Goldstone's feeling it. We know he had a crash yesterday. I believe he had an even bigger one today. Saw him on the roller, stretching, looking like he was sore. Let's see what we get out of Jackson Goldstone now.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is another day.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see the approach that Jackson takes, like you were saying. Didn't have the best week leading up to this.
Here he is then.
And so there's kind of, a lot of the time 2 ways you can take it. Do you want to put in a fast run to kind of like empty your mind of all of that stress and all of the kind of mishaps you've had over the week? Or do you want to just say, you know what, I'm going to put in a smooth run and then live to fight on Sunday.
So 22 years old then from Squamish in Canada, the reigning world champion, the reigning World Cup champion, a man who can. Absolutely dominated last year's World Cup season, winning half the races in that year. And one of only 2 riders to win 4 World Cups in a year. The other is here. It is Aaron Gwin. But he's looking good up here at the top. Oh.
Yeah, he definitely looks aggressive.
I don't think he's holding back.
I don't think he's holding back either.
Well, he's a racer. I don't think he can. Coming down towards where he crashed out in 2024, of course, and did that knee. A slower entrance this time. And absolutely mint. Perfect through there, I would say.
Yeah, you see some of the classic Jackson kind of hops. Different rhythm than we've seen most people over some of the bumps. Gets way up high right there. This is where he crashed in practice. Slows in and then hops out of there.
And he's back on the split. Back by nearly a second then. Oh, so work to do then for Jackson Goldstone.
And we know from here down was where Asa really turned it up. Oh!
Massive whip. Looking resplendent in that white world champion uniform here. Goes for the one back gap. Perfect. Over there and goes for the second gap.
Yeah, and you can see he's definitely not quite feeling it.
No, he's stood up a little bit now.
Yeah, just coming around that left-hander. You kind of see him stand up a little bit, gets a little bit wild on that one back gap, and I think he's kind of like, you know what, I really just need to put in a little bit of a smooth run.
3.2 back now, so this is because he is real sore after a crash. As we said, tomorrow is another day. But
Get a good night's sleep, some food.
Yep, food. Food
Go
helps
again
everything.
A handful of anti-inflammatories could help. But yeah, Goldstone slightly off the pace here then as we know it. And actually only the 3rd rider in male downhill history to be world champion and World Cup champion in 1 year. The one to do it before him was Sam Hill back in 2007, and of course before that it was Nico Vulio who managed to do it 4 times, I found. Yeah, only 4 times.
I mean, it really goes to show the talent that we have at these Red Bull Hardline events now.
Yeah.
I mean, this is
I think he pulled the whoops there.
Wow.
I missed it. I mean, it shows how easy it is.
But he's the only rider doing the whoops to the inside, I believe.
Right.
It's an 18-meter gap, as I saw. Yeah, and really, really hard to scrub that speed and getting checked up for that stall wall.
Yeah, I mean, the lip is maybe 2 feet tall or something like that.
Sprinting on the top of the container as well. Jackson Goldstone gonna know he's gonna need all that pace down here. Another one of the lighter riders.
Yeah, and watching him race last year, this was one of the only maybe weaknesses that I had seen was him on these really fast sections. So I'm really interested to see him tomorrow, how he goes on this bottom section crash.
Well, it's amazing as well. The windsock's looking lit. We've got perfect conditions. We hope for those again tomorrow. Jackson Goldstone, massive whip to finish. Goes in at 9th place, 7 seconds off. So don't worry about that too much. We are going to see Goldstone, I think, a different rider tomorrow.
Yeah.
And here is that Canon super slow-mo. Look at the style of the man.
Yeah, watch as he goes over this. Yeah, you could tell that he. Oh.
So nice.
That is just insane, huh? Sublime.
Oh, wow. Yeah, just one of the most talented riders that we've ever seen in the sport of downhill, for sure.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, an amazing run. I think we're going to see a lot more from Jacko tomorrow, though. Look at the angle off that shark fin, huh?
Yeah.
Well, what a seeding session we've had at Red Bull Hardline Tasmania today. Asa Vermette making good on a promise of 2025. 2.1 seconds ahead of Rónán Dunne. Brosnan in third, where he finished last year. Kerr in fourth, where he finished in last year. A new name in fifth place. Gwin stepping up. Sloan, Fearon and Oli Clark rounding out those top 8. Jackson Goldstone, we just saw him come down. A very reserved run from him after that crash in practice, 9th. And Luca Shaw there taking 10th. But as you said, look at the depth of names now. This is going to be a phenomenal race tomorrow.
I mean, every single sheet, there's a World Cup winner.
And as ever, a pretty action-packed seeding run when you've got a course like this in front of you. And, you know, I would say, Elliot, that riders would have played it safe, right, because of the risks involved. But those top 3, they were going. They went for it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I talked to each of those, you know, Troy, I talked to Rónán, I talked to Asa. Troy said that maybe apart from, he got unclipped in one little part, but he was really happy with his run. And he was kind of mentioning that compared to the previous year where he was terrified to do the jumps, this one was really about trying to find speed on those in-between parts. We've seen how fast Rónán Dunne is going. Everyone needs to check out his Instagram clip. That is outrageous. And I mean, what can you say about Asa? His riding is just, it's striking, right? It's beautiful to watch him go through these turns, the amount of corner speed that he holds.
And it makes it look so easy.
And he's an elite. He's an elite this year.
Yeah. well. The Asa Vermette making good on what nearly happened last year, winning here. And there's someone else here that has done a lot of winning as well. 3 times a Red Bull Hardline Tasmania champion. She's with Caroline.
Congratulations, Gracey Hemstreet. You're a 3-time champion here. You are the queen of Red Bull Hardline Tasmania. Now, the result went off seeding, so we're going to talk about yesterday's seeding result. How was the run for you?
Run was pretty gnarly, actually. I was actually just going to just go through the start gate and then not do it because I had crashed that morning and didn't feel very good. So I'm glad I did the run and completed it. I mean, I didn't do the last jump, which that was my call, the wind and stuff, but yeah, I'm glad I'm safe and sound.
And for the women, we had a big crash with Meier-Smith. We had the other 2 women, Michaela Patton and Jess Blewett, both just not getting over that final jump. What are your predictions of when we'll potentially see that full, complete 3 hardline women's podium?
It'll definitely happen next year. It would have happened this year if the weather had smartened up a bit, but yeah, it was unfortunate. We only got like 1 session the first day, like the morning, and then another session yesterday morning, which was only like 4 hours total. So they did amazing for what was handed to us. So yeah, next year for sure.
Well, congratulations, the Queen of Hardline Tasmania. Another win for you here. Best of luck in Wales. Rob and Eliot, back to you.
Well, great to hear from Gracey there. Dude, what sort of a rider is she? Like, she is insane. I've never seen a woman just like be able to deal with features like this, right? She's almost in a league of her own.
Well, I think it's interesting for me because we saw that skill last year here, you know, her making it over all the jumps, and you're like, man, like that feels incredible. And she took it into the World Cup season, you know, winning multiple World Cups. And I think just kind of flowing right back into it here at Red Bull Hardline Tasmania. Her riding, I think Lou's riding, I think all the women. I mean, it was amazing to see Lou get Millie and Michaela up to speed throughout the week. They're just kind of taking things off. And like Gracey said, as soon as the wind and the weather and the rain smarten up, we'll be all good.
Yeah, it was an insane week for them. And again, the women really showed us what they can do at a Red Bull Hardline, as did this man. Here's your men's champion.
Asa Vermette, 2026 champion here at Red Bull Hardline Tasmania. How does it feel off the bat of that amazing, successful, succeeding run that turned into the result today?
Yeah, thank you. Yesterday was a great run, smooth. All I wanted to do, really just build in today, and it was unfortunate that it was canceled, but I mean, nothing I can do about it, so I'm still stoked to take the win. Yeah, it felt good.
And how do you feel about the rivalry that's been building between yourself and Jackson? You've answered back here today. He obviously won the last round here. What do you take into Red Bull Hardline Wales?
I mean, yeah, it feels good. I want to do it today for sure, but in Wales, I mean, it's a whole different beast, so I guess we'll see what happens there. I'm stoked. I'm definitely going, so yeah, I'm stoked to rip it up there.
Did you have more in the bag for today?
Yeah, I think so. Yesterday was a good run, but I had a couple things I could have pulled out of the bag.
Well, congratulations. Well done. You are the 2026 Red Bull Hardline Tasmania champion.
Yeah,
back to you guys.
And Asa Vermette now getting to call himself a two-time Red Bull Hardline champion, just like Jackson Goldstone, Rónán Dunne. Any of those win one more, they equal Bernard Kerr as a three-time. But let's talk about Asa, because I don't think, and you know, we've had some incredible riders coming up through the ranks in recent years. I'm not sure that any of them are quite like Asa Vermette.
No, I mean, one of the big stories for me about Asa last year was him at Mount St. Anne, the final World Cup of the season. Jackson Goldstone wrapping up the overall with an incredible run, fastest rock garden you've ever seen. Asa had the fastest time of the day. And so I think that that really shows you the speed that he has. We saw that a little bit at Red Bull Hardline Wales last year. But like,
ever winner.
Yeah, you watch him ride this track. I mean, in seating, there's a couple of corners where almost it felt like he was going twice as fast as everyone. So I think that's his superpower, and I'm so much looking forward to seeing him ride throughout the rest of the year.
Yeah, it's going to be, the world is this man's oyster. Yep. He is absolutely extraordinary, as is this fella, actually, who's going to tell us about a cause very close to his heart.
Hey, I'm Brook MacDonald, and I'm running for Wings for Life on May 10th, 2026. Whether you run, walk, jog, or roll, this event is for everyone. Get your friends and family involved. Let's move and run for those who can't. Scan the QR code to sign up and run with me.
Yeah. Oh, well, we got caught out there napping. We were caught napping and chatting about where we... Sorry, mate. Oh, you can. Sorry.
Hey, I'm Brook MacDonald, and I'm running for Wings for Life on May 10th, 2026. Whether you run, walk, jog, or roll, this event is for everyone. Get your friends and family involved. Let's move and run for those who can't. Scan the QR code to sign up and run with me.
Great to hear there from the incredible Brook MacDonald. Run for those who can't. Absolutely an incredible cause. Elliot, some good news at last. In a week's time, we've only got to wait a week. We're going where there can be no mud. It doesn't matter if it rains, I don't think. We're going to Red Bull Cerro Abajo, Valparaiso, the ultimate street race. This one is absolutely crazy. This is the daddy of them all.
Oh man, I mean, it's been over 20 years at this point. We've seen so much history. I'm really looking forward to kind of getting back into see Thomas Slavic. We got Roger Vieira there. I mean,
series leader,
who is actually here at Red Bull Hardline Tasmania as well. I love the Cerro Abajo events. They are just some of the most entertaining,
intense,
wild,
mad.
insane.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Check this out.
A city transformed into an urban downhill playground.
What's he gonna do? Oh, right on the edge!
Steep drops, narrow alleys,
it's ridiculous!
blind curves. Daring riders in a race series that is nothing short of electrifying.
He goes fast!
Red Bull Cerro Abajo 2026, live on Red Bull TV.
Well, I'm definitely looking forward to that. Elliot, final thoughts on this. It's been a massive week. We are absolutely devastated there was no race, but we did get a winner, and we will go to another one.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much else to say, but I mean, thank you so much to all the fans. Thank you for watching. I think all of the riders are really appreciative. It's so good to see everyone's still there signing autographs. So again, thanks to the fans and all the crew and everyone for putting on this event. And I mean, we can't wait to come back. You know, these Red Bull Hardline events are some of my favorite events of the year.
They're the pinnacle. They are the pinnacle of downhill mountain biking, and there will be more. And we'll see you at the next one. Goodbye for now.